Across the world, nascent societies are taking a deep breath, looking across the landscape and preparing for greatness.
This way. Yes.
Full bellies and healthy children. I see where this is going.
We move. Yes.
Microphone. Microphone. Maybe just say that enough times it'll start working. It's like a chant. Like Beetlejuice. If I... I'm just sitting here Beetlejuicing to myself. Oh no, actually, we might be good. Hey team. Can you hear me now? Yes! Oh my god. I can't believe that like 70-something people just sat through that silence. That is... okay. Great. It was the Beetlejuice... it was... okay. Alright. There he is. I am so sorry. Devilish, thank you for being a JumboPixel for 21 months. And thanks for letting me know. It was like the one day that I didn't do an audio check at the start. Alright. I'm just gonna quickly go back and say what I said at the start then. Damn it, it was such a good introduction. Guys, you should have been there. Okay, so what we're doing today, if you've missed it, I've put it in the description. We're playing with a new mod created by the myth and the legend themselves, the Hofmeister. It's called All Cultures Redo, or if you're culturally sensitive like me, Redux. And what we're going to do is test it out. Now, it changes everything. So agrarian cultures could be merchants now. Their districts are different. Their traits are different. It is, in essence, a completely different game because every culture has changed quite wildly. There's been a lot of effort that's gone into this mod, so I'm really looking forward to checking it out. If I bounce back to the main menu and head into our play screen, yes, it has remembered everything. The creator of the mod, obviously featuring as one of my opponents here. And as I was discussing apparently to myself earlier, I'm going to play on blitz speed today because it's really important to me that we can get through and have a look at as many of these cultures as possible. As a result, I'll be playing on nation difficulty instead of empire or civilization that I might normally lean towards. But I will make sure to not play on normal, which is metropolis, because once you move above normal, you'll notice these 2 bullet points, or dashes, at the bottom. The AI will maximize their potential fame and receive small bonuses to their base yields when falling behind. That part is a little bit cheaty, but the first part's really great. And as you can see, that holds true, and the bonuses that the AI receives scale up. So that's kind of all that's happening. So we're going to do it on Nation, and we're going to do it on Blitz, and we're going to do it right now. Take 2, everybody! Character looks like Tyson Fury. It's me. So that's a mood. All right, so moving swiftly along, and thank you so much for your patience. Much appreciated. And to everybody
Our
who's tuned in
universe
already,
contains
liked the
infinite
video.
stories,
You're the man or the woman or
most
whatever.
of which are about
let's
rocks.
jump
The
in.
race begins. A new
This is a
world,
much worse start than
new
what I had last time.
untold possibilities. There is
Damn
so
it.
much to see, to do,
Oh,
to
although,
learn,
where there's a will, there's a way. Let's grab
or,
these
depending
nuts.
on one's preferences, to
It was
destroy.
actually nuts, by the way. It's not an immature, well, it is, but yeah, okay. So we only got 2 units. The beauty of Blitz Speed is that the food will multiply units very quickly, right? Last time, in the take that we won't talk about, I got 4 units straight away. This time we only got 3, because these nuts don't feed us quite as well as freshwater food might. Can you make it there? No, you can't. This is kind of trashy. Is it? Yeah. No. Yeah. Kind of. Let's just quickly have a sneak peek. So, obviously we get to move through very quickly. Oh, the Babylonians are agrarian now. 2 food per research technologies on the capital, and 2 stability per research. And then a district that benefits from adjacent rivers, counts as food and science. That's pretty sick. Bantu, food on all cities per unit in hostile territory. Influence per pop. The Egyptians are an aesthete now. The industry from sterile terrain as well as some stability. Harappans, strange to see them as a builder, but I like it. Minus 10% industry cost to districts per adjacent river. Again, there's kind of a river theme. The Hittites are scientists. Go you. Strategic resources on cities. We have a couple of those. Could work. A lovely Neolithic start. Maybe I will keep it after all. Mycenaeans are an industrialist now. Industry per number of access to strategic resources on the capital. Minus 50% cost for their extractors. That's pretty sick. I reckon we lean into the strategic resource because that's kind of what we've got. Plus 5 industry, combat strength. Yeah, okay. I see you. Influence on luxuries. Nubians. Kind of sticking with it. Aquila Rex, thanks so much for subscribing on Twitch. I really appreciate that. I love YouTube and Twitch, and of course YouTube will probably always be my primary platform, but I see you. I see you. And if you've just tuned in, we're just ticking over 100 live viewers. Good morning, good evening, welcome in. It is a great shake-up for the game, Tink. I agree. So the Carolins have been taken, that's fine. Science per number of adjacent empires. We're not really bumping up against people. And then Joe, my fan favorite, who are the diplomat now. Plus 100% influence generated from cultural bridges. I don't like bridges. And also science per alliance per adjacent mountain. That could scale up pretty cool. But for me, and for this start, I think we're going to choose between the revamped Hittites and Mycenaeans. We don't have a river, so we can't take advantage of some of these other benefits. But these guys like resources. If you're unfamiliar with Humankind, as we move through the eras, we'll change again and again and again. We'll keep this top thing, this is our trait, but we'll lose the ability to build these other things, our unique district and our unique unit. So the trait is important, because we'll keep it for the rest of the game. 2 science per number of access to strategic resources, and 1 researcher slot as well. And then the district gives us more science and money on strategic resources in the territory. Can be used as a land spawn point for neighbor cities. It's kind of neat. Or the Mycenaeans. We can get plus 5 industry per our access, and we'll be able to build them, get them online twice as fast. Perhaps less useful in blitz speed. And then per adjacent strategic resource, plus 5 industry and 2 combat strength. Okay. What do we think? Hittites or Mycenae? I lean maybe for the Hittites. Hey Dan, how you doing? Let's start a poll. And we'll go Hittites and I'm just not even going to spell it right. There we go. Got a challenge for me? Go on. Find all music references in the LTs. I'm so terrible with music trivia and references. I love music, but I'm so bad at it. I'm so bad at it. But I will try. I noticed one when I was reading through straight away. It was my it was my favorite. Where was it? Crimea River. Love it. Love it. Ghost Riders in the Sky. Oh, Rock the Casbah. How good. Okay, so it looks like early poll results leading maybe slightly towards the Hittites. I agree. +2 science per number of access. +5 science and +5 gold. And of course we do have our uniques as well. Now these haven't been changed in the mod. So not every element has been uplifted. And you'll notice, of course, the districts themselves are the same. It's just the yields have been shifted. At least that's what it appears so far. I think we'll go Hittites. Oh, it's really close. Hey, HP. Not a tie anymore. Yeah, it's so close. Is this a mod? Yes, it is. Oh, thanks for replying, Dr. Kane. You're the bomb. The bomb. Oh, and we just ticked over 100 live viewers. All right. I think to celebrate... Oh, now the Mycenaeans are screaming ahead. +5 industry per number of access to strategic resources. Let's remind ourselves just quickly. We've got something later, and we've got, crucially, 1 horse and 1 copper, and they look to all be in this one territory, which is pretty neat. We could waste 1 more turn in this era if we want to get the knowledge star. Let's try it. It'll also let us really... These nuts are going to really let us duplicate out these units too, which is great. Although they're all kind of just running the same way. It's like when you awkwardly say goodbye to someone and then have to follow them down the street for far too long. We're like, yeah, see ya, have a great day. And then we're like, and we just sort of awkwardly smile at them. Alright, you take that food, tangents aside. Go and grab that. We'll split these guys up so we can explore as much as possible. They can go a slightly different way from each other, avoiding awkward eye contact. Very good. Can you make it to there? No. That cliff is just insurmountable. What we will have, though, is a shite load of units. Now, let's check if our cultures are still there. Looks like they are. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of hoping that would make the decision for me. Occupy a couple of cities in ancient warriors, suddenly making +40 FIMs in our cities. That's a good point. What do the Assyrians do? I can take a quick look at them for you. +20 influence per era on ransack. Combat strength in units adjacent to a district. Combat strength when ransack. They are ransackers to a T. I like that. It's cool. Don't really go to war unless I need more oil. America entered the chat. Alright. Let's not say things like that and take the Hittites. It's a really close vote, and honestly, I think that's fair enough. Increases the movement cost of hostile armies within range of 1. There are some nice little sort of subtle bonuses here as well that I may have overlooked. I would also note that the Mycenaean unit is probably better, because we can build it almost immediately, whereas this guy requires 2 horses and a copper. So, we're doing it. Mycenae. Yeah. Let's go. That's what you get for being so indecisive, chat. That's why we can't let democracy. God. All right.
Do it.
I'm impressed with how large this territory is. Large. Also, we need to try and start to figure out how the map's going to be laid out. Potentially we're on a wee island.
Ah, the
We'll see.
challenges of it. Now we need to find some Trojans for you.
Now the Hittites are winning.
Oh.
Don't you place your Hittite votes after I've made the call. Alright. And my first outpost can be built. Huzzah. Are the Egyptians strong here? We might just find out. They're definitely strong in the base game. We should have been the Hittites. Okay, we also should have placed down an outpost. What am I trying to do here? Open the help layer? I mean, I'm not mad at that. Oh, here we go. Our FIMS and our Hex. Oh, those are some nice little shortcuts. Okay, now we can have a look at our yield. Let's see. Nice little bit of industry there. Lots of good stuff around here. Food looks a little low. There's like basically no good food. The UI is pretty good as well at telling you where you should settle, to be fair. It's like generally pretty good. If we go for max industry and forget food, it's like probably not terrible. Also, I just want to check this spot too. 811. And next to some mountains, which a lot of cultures see, which, well, some cultures have a thing for. Generally, the higher ground is better as well, but you know what? I'm going to place it here. We can think about relocating it next turn if we need to. We want to keep a real eagle eye out for any strategic resource, so let's go and find it. But we also want to keep a couple of dudes around here. Not for defense, but probably because we'll turn them into citizens in our new cities. So if we keep, like, these 4, right, just sort of up around there. Here's a river, which is great. And then we'll start to fan out. Cultures chosen. Olmecs. Unknown, unknown, and unknown. Olmec gang represent.
Let's go.
Just sit with your mates.
By
They're all
building an
good.
outpost,
Alright,
claiming
a little bit slow on the
territory
settle, but we
is
made it.
easy. The
My
trick, of
queen.
course, is keeping it.
Who's first? Thanks for subscribing on Twitch. Wabam. I see you, Devilish. And now we've got our unique district, which itself provides newly per adjacent strategic resource deposit, +5 industry, and +2 combat strength in combat. I'm not gonna lie, kind of overlooked the adjacent part. Okay. That's kind of frustrating, isn't it? So I get +5 for placing it near horses, but there's kind of no point. Because this is just a better spot. I believe. Now that we've got our city founded, let's convert... maybe not all of them. Let's convert 2 of these dudes. We'll disband them. It'll place them into the city. 2 population. Give us a couple of workers. We'll put them on food. It is going to be a little bit of a desperate situation for food. So let's smack down a foodie district. And a bit of influence, question mark? Yeah. I put these people here. Does that change it to 1 turn? It does, but we'll starve. Sir, we'll starve. I don't care. Build your stupid thing. Coffee. I could use a cup, actually. You can go there. Surrounded by woolly mammoths blocking. Just completely blocking that way. Guess we'll just get out of their way. We could fight them. Nah. I hide. Like a coward. In terms of our techs, we got our unique unit on city defense. We need our extractors though, so I'll get those first. Then we'll take city defense and then... No, not bronze working. Domestication. That way... Oh, actually, sorry. Change of plan. We don't need calendar. I'm a moron. We need domestication first to get horses. Then city defense. And then maybe we can come back for some of this other stuff. Carpentry actually might be useful to chop down some trees. Minecraft! Minecraft Ovka! Gifted a sub to White and Nerdy TV. How good! Thank you for your generosity. Max industry and plop some harbours for food. Yeah, we should have been Hittite. No one say that too loudly. I really want to like the game, but the interface is off-putting. Interesting. I quite like the interface. I find it quite clean. Although I did, back in the day, play not that much, to be fair, but a bit of Endless Legend, so maybe I'm slightly more familiar with it. What did they change? Basically everything, Trader. The units are the same, but the districts, traits, and affinities, potentially, are all different. Potentially. Domestication. Fantastic. These early ones are probably going to be pretty good. +3 faith. Do we want to take a religion? Last time I did that, I kind of regretted it. I think we want cheaper outposts.
That seems to leave a lot of interpretation,
And
right and wrong. Not to mention yours and mine.
Because we're not really generating any faith yet. When I build this deposit... Nah, because I factored it in, didn't I? It was only showing up as like a +4 or something, so it'll only go up to 9, I think. Citation needed. Okay, these guys have got out of my way here. Let's grab a nice foodie territory to make up for the fact that this one is really not a nice foodie territory. And then we'll have a reasonable city. You've found some aminal... Aminal? Hello? Whoa, you found the promised land down here too. A beautiful river stretching through here, mountains flanking at either side. That's a great spot. And there are 2 strategic resources next to each other, so we could build a late game Mycenae fort here. Still 50-50 on the votes. Stop it, you're trolling me. I see you. I see you. Okay, let's end that turn. Create a religion? Absolutely. Always on the main plaza. Quite fast. I forget how quickly things move in blitz mode. Also, we're a little bit bankrupt, but it's fine. We only owe someone like $3. Alright, Devilish. Thank you for being a JumboPixel for 21 months. Yeah, kia ora, Huck. Welcome in. It is indeed the Hofmeister's hard labor. Shown off for, at the moment, pleased to say, over 100 people watching and 41 likes. Not the best ratio, but I won't at you. It's a Sunday. You do you. Alright. Tenant selection. We're not quite ready. We're not quite ready yet. But we have our foundation in place. Carpentry, whoop-dee, city defense. Hallelujah. Let's very quickly attach this up, I think. Whoop! And a new Mycenae district? Yes. What we could do is place it there, and then it will end up with 2 strategic... Oh, 16 industry. See ya. See ya. And we can start to move some people off food now, too, thanks to our new outpost. We'll leave one dude on there so we can keep growing. I haven't used the Land Raiser ability in forever. What does it do now? Can set a city at any time, Land Raiser, all the money, and science is converted into industry. Right, so it is kind of the same. No. That's terrible for us. Hug Houston, a megapixel for 17 months. How time flies. I know, right? It's scary. The city of Sussy Jumbo. You've got it, Minecraft. It's all you. Our next city will be in your honor. Thank you so much for gifting a subscription. I appreciate it. We've got, and I'm not trying to impress anybody here, 14 subscribers on Twitch. I know. Please. Autographs one at a time. All right. Enough being facetious. I'm grateful for all 14 of you. Let's move along. Looks like we've moved straight into a dead end as well. Neat. Ooh, time to place another city. 2 strategic resources and a luxury. It's gonna be this tile. But given how fast we're moving, we can probably do it in both. If we get you over there, and you here, we can relocate it if we want to. So I'm just gonna smash it down, because we don't really have time to wait. Except I've spent all my influence. So we'll have to wait. Just a fraction. Yeah, this is glorious. Let's do it. Let's save a spot next to that luxury and do it here, just in case we can get like some money or something. Okay. I'm a little disappointed at the lack of strategics. I was hoping for at least another copper. That way the Hittite voters would be like, I told you so, you have 2 copper, you moron! Which is very fair. We do have 2 horses. Wait, was it 2 horses? Oh, I think I have egg on my face. Alright. Chuck those bad boys online. Our science is pretty lackluster. Keen to get some more districts down. 6 food? Yeah. Yeah, do that. Do it now. And actually, having this one merchant here is stopping us from going bankrupt, which is pretty sweet. We'll chuck a scientist on too, because we have some extra slots for them. We may as well pump out a little bit of extra yield. Oh, look, it wasn't a dead end. Your journey wasn't for nothing. Go you. Alright, one of these is going to be Sussy Jumbo. And actually, potentially next turn. Jeez! Time really does fly. Calendar researched. We found it in a river. Neat. Where is everyone else? I've just realized. We're still alone. Usually I'm bumping up against you guys immediately. Not today. And well, we keep finding coffee, but we're not finding a lot else. Army composition, usually quite important. I may take the +2 influence instead of the... Ooh! 5 stability on garrison, +5 stability on all cities, and +4 stability on garrison. Neat. Not really what I need though, is it? Is it? No. We're gonna ditch that and grab the extra influence because all yield is good yield.
It
Let's do
does
it.
seem logical that people shouldn't have to do a job unless they want to.
We need to run almost just as fast as we can to try and figure out what's down here. That'll do. Settle on your way. We're gonna claim land like there's no tomorrow. Let's get fishing and of course our bronze working as well. Might actually be a little bit more important. I'll just keep going that way, you chump. Relocate it there for an extra 8 food and 1 industry. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And while we're mucking about... No, you're in a perfect spot. You just stay exactly where you are. Let's spend our influence to grab these luxuries. It'll get our builder stars unlocked. It will delay us slightly on Sussy Jumbo, this foundation of the city, but I'm happy to do that because it should pump up the rest of our yields. Okay. Zooming out to get a bit of perspective. I just like Civ 6 and Vic 3 better. Fair. Fair. Aha! A challenger approaches. And who might you be? It's not Hofmeister. I can't remember the colours of everyone else. Can you say more on why Civ 6 isn't releasing Theodore on Xbox? I'm sad. We spoke on Twitter. So good. My understanding is that halfway through the leader pass, something to do with the release on every platform except for PC was stalled. So console, all consoles are not getting the rest of the leader pass DLC until the very end. Which, to be fair, isn't that far away. I think there's only one more release left. I don't know the exact date or timing around it, but that is what I know. If you look back through the history of it as well, there are routinely issues with these kind of games on console. Humankind's console version has been indefinitely delayed, it seems. Every few months they'll be like, hey, it's still a thing. But that's kind of all we hear. And Civ 6 has been the same. Like, I'm not trying to cast any shade here. There have routinely been issues with the console version, with getting content there quickly, or obviously performance. But I'll be optimistic that once it all rolls out, you'll probably see the final 3 leader passes. Yeah. -2 science. Whoa, minus 80 gold! Or -2 science for 2 turns. I'm not sure that's even a decision. Time to get Sussy Jumbo online. I think we'll place it slightly further away from the capital in case we want to do something clever. Yeah. And then 14 industry and 2 influence. There are 2 strategics up there though. Do I want to play the late game? Okay, for the record, it is not worth doing. So I'm not going to do it. Not on blitz mode. You could definitely make an argument that on a slower speed it would be though. And I'd listen to it, begrudgingly. Alright, you can be disbanded. And you know what? So can you. See ya. We're trying to save money. We can't afford to pay your non-existent wages. Industry's going to be a good shout. Infrastructure, I mean. Particularly up in the capital here. We've got a lot of horses. So let's get that. We've got some... Yeah, get it. We'll get the walls as a deterrent. And then hook that sweet, sweet copper up. And then we'll train a couple of our uniques. Get a little army in the capital. That'll be literally everyone who lives here converted into soldiers, but c'est la vie! Mycenate is industrial in this mod, absolutely. Not finding neighbors is a bit letting down. Well, like Huck says, not as bad as it used to be. Can't beat sitting on the sofa rather than playing on a PC. Yeah, it is nice to relax, isn't it? It is nice to relax, I agree. Sometimes after sitting at a desk all day, you just don't want to sit at a desk all night. I'm a soul sister to that line of thinking. Absolutely. What is your purpose? Maybe just go up there. Alright. Susi Yumbo. It's alive. Somebody silence it before it says something dumb. Oh! We've trespassed into a demilitarized territory. The AI's like, nah, get out of here. Let's have a look.
So these are the Cho. With luck,
It's the Cho.
Greetings, Sovereign.
And it's Dr. Kane,
Do you
the
too
Twitch chat star
there is no
themselves.
limit how high humanity might soar?
Single instance Patreon support. Yeah, buy my coffee. Buy my coffee is, it doesn't work quite the same as normal donations, so apologies. People haven't really used it, but someone did once. Generously bought me 10 coffees. So, you know, that was like 2.5 days. And they reward creators quite well. Their split's like 90-10 or something. It's the best in the business, actually, I believe. Embassy available for construction. Following development of diplomatic contract. Let's get harvest down.
Harbor.
And infrastructure on that coffee.
Voyages of
And now Susayumbo, which can build what that thing was talking about, by the way, is the new DLC, the Embassy, which of course we will build. But not right now. Don't at me. We need food quite desperately here, because this place is starving, but sus. Leadership will get us our extra city cap. We'll grab it soon. Maybe really soon. I think I'll put another city here. Let's quickly run and grab that. And you with no purpose, you're going to need to get down there too. And actually, you guys should get down there too. Everybody! Susi Yumbo will soon take this territory, but we will of course try and grab as much of this as we can first. For near free. Oh, and I've completely maxed out all of my... Wow. Okay, so we've got 75 turns to check out 6 cultures. On average, quick math, that'll give us about 12 or 13 turns each. It's turn 10. I think I can wait a little bit longer. We're going to struggle to fill up our fame, but that's kind of the blitzspeed life, isn't it? Ooh, we can also take a look at our next cultures. Let's do that now, just before we're ready to move through, so that if you're just tuning in, you can take a look at, as Huck says, the mod done by our very own Hoff. I'm just going to take credit for Hoff. He's mine! Hoff is all mine! Demilitarized territory, what is that? Does it take your HP away? It gives them diplomatic grievances. It's part of the new DLC, where there's a new line of cultures, diplomatic ones. We'll see a little bit more of that play out as we move through, Marco. I can probably show you one now, too. Name an army, the Hoffmeister Hunters. Deal. We'll name that, that'll be our new army. Okay, so new cultures. Speaking of diplomatic ones, here's one, the Nazca. Movement speed per natural wonder. This is nice. Because of course in the base game, they have a natural wonder affinity. So what Hoff's done here is, I think, a real credit. It is not a situation of just randomly, arbitrarily changing things. And to say that would be a really significant dismissal of the work that's gone in. I saw those comments earlier. I think this is very clever and very well done. And we're not going to choose the Nazca, but they're nice. +5 fame on constructible agreements. That's kind of cool. And food per public ceremonies. We're going to stay well clear of those. Aksumites, agrarian. 2 food per era on religious districts. And then a fairly sizable adjacency bonus on feasts and ceremonies. The Greeks are here with their land movement speed. a militarist. Fair. +5 science, influence science. Hoplite's pretty great. Carthaginians, who are of course still a people of the sea. They're Chthon giving industry and money. And they get naval movement speed. Naval units gain influence from combat. Kind of fun. Celts, combat strength when standing on forests. Love it. Very Civ 6. And +3 faith per attached territories and some extra combat strength too per forests. So if we had a lot of forest, I'd jump on that. We don't really, except for in the center. Garamantes, +1 influence on sterile terrain. We have, I don't think we even have a huge amount of that either. We could get some up north. +2 science per adjacent sterile terrain. The Goth. Influence per population on mutinous cities. Oh, I love that. That's so cool. It's the anti-stability play. The Han, +3 science per researcher on city or outpost. Per deposits of iron. +3 experience. That's kind of a gamble. +3 experience on creating units per research tech. That could be kind of fun. The paper mill, 20 industry per number of forests cut this turn. 20 science per number of forests cut this turn. That's quite cool. Now granted, on blitz speed, that's not as significant as it would be on a slower game. But I think we'll put them on our shortlist. And this trait has me kind of excited too. Let's check out the rest though, before I make my mind up. +2 food per number of farmers on city outpost per horses. We do have a few horses. +2 food per horses replaces the regular outpost. Okay, a fair call. Excuse me. It's the embassy. Yeah, that's it. I'll make a man out of you, pal. The Hans instead of the Hans. Appetite for uranium enrichment. A mood. +1 influence per public ceremony. Sort of lean away from those. +1 science on forest. Okay. +3 money. There's a lot of public ceremony things. I feel like I should lean into that, but I'm not going to. +3 money per client state. No. -20% industry on Victoria. Okay, so this is our sort of Roman industrial machine. Like the Civ 6, you know, you get your free roads, you get your things built in your cities or whatever. Here, we've got industry on Victoria's cities and -20% industry cost for the rest of the game. Infrastructure, rather. I'm not sure if I'm quite ready to fight, but I'm going to put them on my shortlist. Yeah. We've got the Industrial Romans. I don't see anybody, like, screaming out for anything particularly that they like in the chat, so I can fill in the blanks myself. I think it's probably Han. None of these early ones particularly excited me, although I do love the Carthaginians. +2 naval movement speed could be great for our early expansion, especially on blitz mode as well. Alright, we'll put the Carthaginians as our militarist, and I'm going to put them up against the Han, because I really like this +3 experience on new units per tech. That's a lot of experience. And also this kind of interests me, because I will be cutting down some forests. I've turned pollution on for this, just for the lols. It's off by default, if you didn't know, after every man and their dog complained that it was annoying. I actually disagreed, but pays not to be a contrarian too often. Alright, let's start a poll. As a reminder, here's the Han. Hey Han. And here is Carthage. Who dis? Let your voice decide. Han or Riot? Born to be Wild. Born to be Wild's a great name. I was just about to scream out that line of that song. I'm not going to do that. Alright, back to the game, because we probably have a couple of turns left. I'm trespassing, so I'm going to lose health now for being in this territory. Let's get out of there. Alright. If this unit settles here, I'm going to be kind of mad. I don't have the influence to quickly settle, but I will next turn. Yeah, okay. I think that's fine.
What do you say to this
Ooh.
appealing proposal?
And the dock themselves would like a non-aggression pact. I'm going to counter that back at you. Damn it! You would usually decline that request. Not the end of the world. Alright. Go to technology screen. Let's get just... Ooh. Let's get organized warfare. And... Industry from our mountains. Writing. Irrigation. Sailing. Boom. Garamantes are crappy since no one builds on sterile on purpose. It's kind of true. But some maps are better than others. This one and our start location, not a huge amount of sterile terrain. I got distracted by these stony fields because they look kind of sterile. Alright, a blank slate. Let's see, what's our trade-off here? Is it going to be something ridiculous? 15 industry, 25% faith, 5 science. I'll take the science. And actually, speaking of faith, I'm getting a little bit nervous that we're going to just completely miss out on any kind of religious action. So let's place down a holy site and get that done this turn. Good news, the opponent didn't bother settling here, so I will steal it. It's a great territory too. Holy cow. We've got 4 strategics, including a copper, and 3 luxuries, including that beautiful obsidian, porcelain, and some gems. Around turn 12, thinking about moving through. Let's merge up these units because we could get into a little bit of a fight. Though we do have a non-aggression pact now, which is kind of handy if you're trying to forward settle your neighbor. I mean, Carthage, since it seems to settle on your continent, then you've got Dawn. Han isn't really that reliable, I feel. I like their experience on military units. I feel like that could scale up quite aggressively. I also actually should just quickly take a look at their benefit other than the chopping trees, because the chopping trees is more of a gimmick. +3 industry per adjacent maker's quarter, +3 science per adjacent research quarter. That's great. That's great. Is it? Yeah. 2 science. 5. 1. 3, 4. Yeah, it's on par. This is a pretty sad state of affairs. I can get that gold star. We're not going to get our Diplo ones at all. Aesthete could roll through next turn. Money ain't going to happen. But we will move through quite quickly because I want to see these cultures.
Devotion and respect for authority. Good.
But
Just
first,
be careful of fanaticism.
you, Sussy Jumbo, hoover up that. Place down another one of these Unica districts. And leave that there. And then we... Ooh. Spinny. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea.
Just imagine, once you discover writing, you can literally throw the book at them.
Wait, why did I do that? Shh. 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 No one say a thing. Everything's okay. There's nothing to worry about. Let's quickly build some extractors. Grab that builder star. We're not going to get our 3rd city online before we move through the next era, but you know what? Doesn't matter. 3 food, 6 industry, 13 industry. Okay. And just about ready to start pumping out their army too. Good on you. Let's get 1 extra person on food, just so they don't go hungry. And we've got a non-aggression pact, so I'll just walk up and have a look at your border for a bit. I guess. Okay, good. Alright, shall we move through? And how did you vote? 61% for the Han. At least you're not trolling me with a 50-50. SpongeBob floats down from the ceiling with the Krusty Krab. Yes! I'm glad you got it. I was like, should I say this reference? I'm just going to sound like a weirdo. But someone got it. And that's all that matters. Okay. Gold, gold. Not going to get gold, not going to get golds. This one we could get silver. What do we need? C7. Yeah. One more turn. Go on. Boo earns. We did waste, what, 3 turns in the Neolithic era? So actually, we're probably on track. Having a look at the fame standings, I'm in the lead, though looks like Hoff has moved through to the second era. Every other player is doing really bad.
Let's hope they're worth the price.
So far. Alright, I think that means that we can move through. If Hoff moved through, then we should move through, otherwise we'll fall behind, technologically speaking. Hey! Jamel and Mammoth! Alright, so we're going to take the new Han, who are a scientist. +3 science per researchers on our city or outpost per deposit of iron. Gee, I hope we have some iron. And +3 experience on creating units per research technologies on all cities. Now, this trait will last for the rest of the game, and of course we'll have our paper mill to build this era. Also crossbows. Repeating volley, stronger attacks after the unit spends a round defending. So good. Alright. Hey, Han. We're going to start chopping forests, I guess, with these. Is that a forest? It is some woodland. We're going to need real forest. The trouble with real forest, of course, is it's like great yields. But if we chop down some of these ones around the borders, because we don't benefit from forests, but if our neighbor happened to choose someone like the New Celts or something like that, they could. So maybe there is a slight incentive to get down there and start chopping. Let's do it. Don't go that way, you bloody numpty. We'll leave that one where it is. That one we've already moved. 128 influence for a city. Here are the... SpongeBob is timeless. It so is. How good. Hey, Doc, where was your army name? I can't quite remember it. Hofmeister Hunters. There we go. Oh, nice capital H, nerd. Where'd you learn to spell? Kindergarten? Jeez. Okay, Hofmeister Hunters. Boom. They're ready. Nearly. And goodbye, ancient era. Hello, new world.
As urban centers grow, both ideas and sewage are generated
Anno
at a
1800.
record pace.
I should.
Arts and
I need to
sciences
put more
flourish.
time into Anno
As
1800.
military tactics and mathematical equations
I've been saying it for like a
become
year,
as coveted
though.
as physical.
Switch to Twitch.
Empires struggle
Needs to be
to
a
control
community.
these intangibles, however. As some might
The
wear
best
intangibles
streaming service.
meet the practical, and really excelled, like the fine art of diplomacy. And
I definitely should have renounced that grievance with you. I'm kind of bad with the grievances system, actually. It's probably my least understood and practiced element of the game. You have a grievance. You want me to pay $200? I don't think so, Chief. 200 bucks. Because it was upset, like, in literally a different era. Come on. Alright. Choppers. Just go through. I don't care. We're playing hardball now. Let's have a look at this new district. The paper mill. Base yield. Decent enough. I do have to remember, actually, cancel that. It's got some pretty good adjacencies. Ooh. Oh. Rivers. Of course. Alright, place you there. We're gonna need to get this city up fairly smartly. We'll be able to do it next turn. Thankfully, we managed to luck into a whole load of territories with some river. Place that other one up there, I think. And that way a district there will feed them both. Yes! An industrial one right there, baby. We'll get another one there, kind of branch our way out to it, I think. And we're starving. Don't worry, everything's fine. A little bit of food between friends. Oh, bueno. Hey, food out that way, and a couple of reasonable infrastructures too.
An enormous leap forward.
Narrator's shouting 5 different things to me once. Are there other Swiss guys? Surely. Surely. The VOD is ass, yeah. Yeah, both platforms have their strengths and weaknesses. That's for sure.
What do you say to the
Trade luxuries. Are we friends now? Is that what's happened? I don't think so. Although, I guess if we're not actively fighting, we might as well accept. And then you will die. Because I'm buying die. DYE. Alright? DYE. If you're just tuning in, we're at like 120 viewers now, which is interesting. We're trending up a little bit. Usually it just goes down, down, down. And we're at 57 likes. Can we hit triple digits? I'm sorry to ask. It wasn't me.
The world comes a bit closer together, thanks to the first trade link that will bring shiny baubles.
Our choppers have
and
arrived.
greedy vendors.
Every time we chop this, we'll get the 40 industry that we normally would, plus we'll get a bonus 20 and 20 once we have our paper mills established. So, before you go getting ahead of yourself, Jumboy, let's build this city. We build this city and attach that up as well. Again, because of the adjacency bonuses, I'm inclined to not place it right on the border. There instead. And this territory is dry as a bone. Lucky we've got a river there. We could potentially feed in an industrial district to it as well, even though this is kind of rivery and maybe slightly better for food. It'll do. It'll do. Is this game similar to Civ 6? Yes. Pretty quick answer. Let's get our embassy down. This will open up diplomatic ties with the rest of the world. We won't sacrifice 7 people to do it, though. If we take a zoom out a little bit... Ooh, do I have a... Huck! The man, the myth, the legend. He's a Hucky boy. Alright, there we go. 3 cities. Thank you again, Huck. And you can start chopping this down now. So the city's currently making 54. The 20 bonus science is much better than the bonus industry in this case. 2 turns worth of science for chopping down a tree. Not terrible. Let's continue aggressive deforestation on this border. Oh, you like forests, do you?
And a hotbed of rumor,
I'll show you.
and intelligence.
I will show you. We're playing on Blitz speed today. And if you're wondering what we're playing and why it's a bit different, I've linked the mod in the description. So you can check that out and see all of the different changes ahead of time if you'd like to. But we're playing on Blitz speed, so we should be able to experience quite a bit this morning. Before I have to scoot off. +1 science per researcher, +1 science per trade.
Learning is important.
We're going to take researcher,
where you're going.
and we're also going to take +1 city
where you
cap,
came from.
and we're also going to take... Usually I would get the cheaper religious districts, but I think 5% industry is better.
Gathering, sharing, forming a community. Might I recommend throwing in a few feasts as well?
A few feasts? We should throw in a feast. Let the people rejoice! +5 food. Instantly, I'm not going to do that. 13 industry, 14 industry, repeating, by the way, reoccurring, 6 food. 2 science. And we're still all good on stability, so no need to stress. The Hofmeister hunters are ready, and I think we'll deploy them down to this border, because it seems to me like everything else is pretty cruisy. And you can keep chopping like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a look at our text screen. Got some science saved up so we can get a wheel for free. Big mood. If we move to craftsmanship, we'll get a great unit fast, but we benefit from iron. So let's get iron, research quarters, and then craftsmanship for our crossbow. I think that's a pretty good take on this beautiful tech tree. And we're getting it fast, too. Because we're finding lots of science in these trees that I'm aggressively deforesting. Chop, chop, chop! And we'll use that to fuel a massive stretch of industry in this city. Starting to benefit a bit more from the adjacency bonus of this. 40 science? Is that... Zoe, I do have the paper mill built. It's right here. I'm staring right at it. And it's giving me 40 science, which is interesting. I'd be the only one here while 50 to 200 people on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, the dual stream. The dual stream. That's a huge yield. Now, is that just showing up because of what I did last turn? I suspect so. Although it says from district adjacent tiles in brackets, which is kind of confusing. I think where it's actually got that 40 science is because I chopped 2 forests. Or at least 20 plus 20 is 40. We'll see. We'll spend a turn. Maybe we'll just chop 1 and see what happens. We're doing science.
Debate and discussion.
Yeah, get out of my way. Alright. Oh, Wonder too, I completely forgot about them. Yep. So, even though it says plus 20 science from district adjacent to tiles, it is actually referring to chopped forests. That's still really good though. Let's keep chopping these down. Sorry, Hucky Boy. Your yields are gonna suck. But it's all in the name of science, baby. Oh, we also need to get our iron hooked up because we have a unique benefit for that. I'm going to buy it because I've got cash money to blow. Research quarters aren't like the worst thing ever to have next door to that either. Though difficult to get many good adjacencies out of it. We'll chuck a couple down though. We're going to need some scientists somewhere. The capital seems like a reasonable enough spot to grab them. Yeah, 20 per wood chop. What leaders do I want in Civ 6? Does Civ 6 have a historical figure who isn't a leader? I'm being facetious. I don't have a wish list for leaders in Civ 6. I'd much rather see a Civ 7 with new leaders. Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with releasing DLC for your 6-year-old game. I applaud it. It's still a very popular game. Makes a lot of sense. But personally, you can probably put that effort elsewhere. There's already far too many. It's an overwhelming experience to open up if you haven't done it in a while, I believe. Alright. Swords. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Plus 17 industry. Or cheaper dudes for 200 bucks. We'll take the industry. It's only a wood chop's worth, but whatevs. Lots of forests out here we could be chopping too. I think as soon as I get my crossbow I might... Let's get a couple of swordsmen first. Now that we've researched technologies, they should start spawning with extra promotions as well. And we're researching technologies very fast because we're chopping down lots of trees. Have we accidentally created a strategy? Maybe. Maybe. Sussy Jumbo, where did you get your paper mill? There it is. And then there's another one there. So that's going to be a lot of science. I suspect. Another one there? Why not? And then we'll flank it this side with a couple of industries, because of course it can have science or industry adjacent. And I've just noticed that this place is becoming quite quickly unstable. Yike. Let's throw a couple of emergency stability measures at the front. Maybe also a Gareth Sun. Aggressively right next to Hucky Boy. Let's get 2. We're building a wall and making Hucky Boy pay for it.
Your people see it as a place of safety and a symbol of power.
Although really
Only
this
your
would be a better
friends
spot
know
probably
of
for
the
a wall.
extensive wine
To keep
cellar.
Sussy Jumbo safe. I mean the spawn point's not actually even that useful. I've changed my mind. We just need 1. Let's build some more aggressive forts. Hucky Boy also needs some stability. So let's do it actually on an enemy border. Just, you know, for something a bit different. And this city here, actually fairly easy to defend. I might put one in that point as well. Maybe another one there. So we have a few spawn points to choose from, and we are building a more aggressive wall. Poor Huck and his trees. Can we spare a thought for poor Huck and his poor trees? Intel Curiosity, deploy the envoys. Oh my god, you're right. I should do that. Thank you. My hero.
Your first
Pow.
envoy.
Let's get this guy out
This
there.
seasoned traveler represents you abroad.
3
and
scouts.
also has quite a nose. for
Almost entirely
intrigue
useless
and
at this
interest.
point. Keep chopping.
Let's go.
I wonder if woodland counts. I feel like it was just forests, but we'll try it. See what happens. You want to trade everything? Yeah, right. We've only got 1 horse. I think we're gonna stomp. I think we're gonna stomp you, Dr. Kane. I think that's the plan. Yeah. We're gonna take you down. Turn 20. I'm kind of low on fame. The lack of militarizing is costing me a bit. You know what to do. Stability waning just a fraction. We should be nearly at our crossbows too, I think. Ooh, your stability sucks as well. Souls. We could look to change our civics to shift that around a bit too. I've gone pretty aggressively on ignoring stability with them, as per. But on the bright side, Devilish, thank you again for being a member for so long. We have our religion ready to pump out. +5 money on luxuries. Stability on river. Industry on forest? Maybe not. Not this time. Food, yeah. Science on strategic resources. I mean, that really would double down on what we do best. These ones in Era 1 are quite good. I'm going to take Seek Wisdom. Do I have that many strategics? 20 science a turn? I don't think that's that good, actually. I don't know if I want 2 stability, though. I feel like that's kind of garbage. Let's get money. Because I think we have more, at the moment, we have more luxuries active than we do strategics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm wrong. We actually have quite a few strategics. Oh well. I'm happy enough with that. We're definitely not taking the trees one. Oh, okay. Looks like woodland counts. In that case. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. On research quarter, +1 faith, +1 stability. It kind of goes against our science push.
I should warn
kind
you
of fun.
that this solution
I'm gonna
is
take
not
it.
as simple as it seems. People can argue about anything.
Okay, we've got our unique bows. I think we should go for a hard push. Because these things are going to be really good right now. And less good as we move through. We'll get a couple of anti-cavalry as well. Maybe just 3 of those crossbows. And... chariot. Another anti-cavalry. Another crossbow. Indecisive boy. Alright. Army of 4. Envoy's gonna sneak there and... oh! Get us a Diplo star. Go you. Keep exploring. You're gonna scout out our conquest, as it were. Hucky Boy has terrible yields, so building this is probably not great. Here's some sterile terrain too, is it? Oh, it's just some dry grass and an iceberg. Bit odd. We'll do it in Sussy Jumbo, I think. Smash it down, like, up on this hill. Seems like a good spot for a holy site. If I was looking to go and be holy somewhere, I might choose a hill. Oh my god. Oh yeah, we can research through the next era as well. Let's beeline straight for feudalism. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. More units. Slowly gonna meander their way down to the front. These 2 guys... oh, I was just about to disband them, but they have the most important job in the Empire. Slowly and systematically destroying Hucky Boy's trees. And you will hold. And our border forts. I love that. That's so cool. Aha. Some schools. And only an administrative center, which means... Oh my god. Is it one mega city? Surely not. Gamify! Icebergs and savannas. It's a very strange geography. +5 faith on territories. +3 influence on territories if they're following our religion. I'm going to sidestep that for a little bit. +3 money. Stability's still all good here. Let's catch up on the infrastructure that we're missing. And... build some more districts! What do we need? Science. Sorry, food district. You were just an easy target. But I will replace you! I promise!
Your empire becomes one of the giants, astride the globe. And what will you do with this power?
Righty-ho. Let me give a quick check-in. 110 live viewers across YouTube and Twitch. Good to see. Thank you if you're joining me live. Super appreciate it. 72 likes. Blah, 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 blah. We're looking good. Sir, there's only one tree left. My little arms. I was trained to fight. Yeah, I know. Just shut up and chop. We're probably going to lose pops out of the city as we train people, so we can replenish them by retiring these choppers. Thank you for your service. We can also, real quick like, pop out 2 more crossbows. Retire another chopper. Oh, I think we only need 1. I could have split these guys up much more on blitz speed, I think. Something to note for the viewer at home. Oh, a little bit of leverage intel there, apparently. And... am I likely to be waiting 5 turns, or do I want to just stomp? I think I want to just stomp down there. Trouble is... kind of need to move through now. Well, we're nearly ready to decide, so perhaps I wait for that. We have some grievances to leverage here as well. I will renounce the fact that he's oppressing my people, because I don't really care. It'll get me a bit of leverage. But then I'm going to demand that he gives me the territory on the border. Because how dare you? Wait, what happened? What was the resolution? Oh my god, he gave it to me. That is so cool! I have a massive army on his border. We engaged in the new diplomatic system. I said, look buddy, gimme. And he was like, oh, sorry. And gave it right over. Sweet. That is freaking fantastic. If we have feudalism, we'll turn it into a new city. If we don't, we'll wait. Okay. Once we get colony model, we'll get all of the infrastructure here for free. So I'll hold off on that just for a fraction. Let's get a harbor down there so that we can just sail right across. Time to choose a new culture. So, my friends, we should take a look and see how these cultures have changed. Welcome to the medieval era. +2 leverage from announcing grievances. Commons, quarters, alliances. I don't think Taino are going to work. That's kind of cool. People of the Sun. luxury resources giving us extra food and science. Sacrificial altar, I don't love it. I do like their unit though. Bulgarians, plus 100 money from ransacking per horses. Huh. Plus 50 science on ransack. I'm not much of a ransacker. Minus 20% influence required to unlock a wonder. Oh shoot, we should look at that. And minus 20% industry cost on holy sites and cultural wonders. School, again leaning into those cultural wonders. Nice yields. Byzantines, that's cool. Franks, owned or occupied cities will provide extra resource to the capital, plus 15 science on victorious cities. Ghanaians, cheaper buyout cost for public ceremonies, and plus 2 gold per influence generated by friendly envoys. Nah. Teutons, plus 1 industry on makers' quarters per holy site, and a nice looking church castle. Plus 5 faith, plus 5 industry. And this kind of the same thing. Okay, I mean, they are solid. Per holy site in the city. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, we can make that work. Khmer, obviously a fan favorite in the normal game. Plus 3 food per farmer's quarter, per cultural wonder. Plus 5 faith on religious districts, per cultural wonder. We currently have none. Bit of a yike. The English, plus 1 bonus emblematic district on territory per holy site. Black Sabbath. I love it. I think we should take that. So what that'll do is let us build 2 of our unique districts moving forward in a city instead of 1. Creates a new deposit of poetic texts, which is automatically... Oh, cool! And so their monastery produces a new resource. It's called Poetic Texts. Plus 5 stability per access to poetic texts. And... say that 5 times fast. And plus 1 faith per access. So, I mean, the yield's not massive. Granted. Extra resources, though. We already get plus 5 money on luxuries. So we have some synergies. The Mississippians, plus 3 industry. Oh, my heart goes out to any Mississippians watching at home, by the way. I saw on the news this morning. Disaster. Absolute disaster. I hope you're doing all right. Plus 3 money per adjacent market quarter. Yeah. Combat strength on units with the Mongols. And ransacking, as you would expect. Hungry like the wolf. The Swahili, traditionally one of my faves. Plus 5 faith on resources being sold. By the way, if you have any suggestions as I'm reading them out, let me know. You want to kill the barbs pillaging your copper? Thank you, Zoe, my military advisor. I appreciate it. I'll pay close attention to that. Yike. Nah, we don't really have traders. Cheaper outposts. Trade. This is... we're a little light here. There isn't one that's really jumping out at me. The plus 1 turns before being averted by another society's influence per luxury is really powerful in blitz mode, though. I lean a little bit into the Aztecs. Slightly into the Byzantines, though we have no wonders. The Teutons, I think, are solid. Plus 1 industry on Maker's Quarter per holy site. Yeah. We've got holy sites, we've got a religion, we've got good industry. I'm going to put the Teutons in as my first option. And then my second option, so the Teutons were an industrialist, the English are an aesthete, and they're going to be my second option. While their district may be slightly weaker, it creates new luxuries for us. I love a longbowman. And being able to build 2 of our districts where we have holy sites is very powerful. If you're just tuning in, Standard Meta, this is a mod. As always, linked in the description below if you'd like to check it out in full detail. But it completely changes all of the cultures. A nice refresh if you're looking for something a bit different. And it was created by one of our very own, which is also very cool. All right, your options this time, if you choose to accept it. Oh, I keep going to start... YouTube has this start Q&A feature. And it comes up instead of the poll. And so every time I go to make a poll, it comes up with this Q&A thing. But I think it just does weird things to the chat. See viewer questions and choose which ones to... Oh, I have seen this on big streams. I have seen this. It's quite cool, actually. I think it shows up the question on stream. Yeah, we won't do that, though, obviously, because we're not really doing a Q&A. But that's quite cool. You would have no questions for me, and I would have no answers. I'm like the world's most boring man. Like, what did you do today? I'd be like, slept, had a coffee, sat outside. All right. So it's English versus the Teutons. Enough talking about YouTube stuff. I've kind of completely perfected the game. Stuff that seem a bit low, but none seem super OP and a must to win. Yeah, my take so far would echo that really strongly, Zoe. I haven't found anything particularly scary or overpowered, and there's some really interesting stuff here. New approaches to the way that yield and mechanics work. And a big yo to you, Chaos. Welcome in. Alright, so there are your two options. Place your votes, let them be heard. Builder star's been earned. Yeah, it's the only star that's been earned. Next term we'll get a tech and an expansion. I need to pay attention. My military advisor has told me about some copper. Copper. Hello, copper. Alright. It's gonna take us 3 turns and we'll have to trespass a little bit to get there, but that's all good. What's if we trespass between friends? I'll send the crossbows right out here to deal with them. They're gonna be sore tomorrow.
Greetings.
You'd like an arms deal? I'm refusing that. Because we're gonna think bad things are gonna happen. I'm breaking our non-aggression pact. Eat it. Eat it. We could placate their war support if we need to, but obviously we don't really. What we probably want to do is keep chopping. You know me too well. The last 2 forests in poor Hucky Boy's city are about to perish. Feudalism's still 2 turns away. That was a slow turn. $18 industry or 11 science and a faith. Okay. Why not both? Although a common squatter could be kind of reasonable too. 15's to bid. I think there's a civic that unlocks with 3 common squatters as well. I'm not sure if I'm making that up though. I could be. I'm gonna build 3 just to be safe. You're nearly ready. So if you don't know, the reason why we're waiting for feudalism is because it unlocks colony model. New cities start with all infrastructures unlocked and constructible from the first 2 eras in the game. Very cool. You voted for the English overwhelmingly. Jeez. Usually it's 50-50. Demilitarized zone will evaporate if you attach a territory. Last 10 turns. Is it 10 turns on blitz mode as well? OP. Get in there. And you get in there. This will be our first fight of the game too. Finally. We've got a fort, we've got crossbows. Your stuff. Oh, I love it. I really like Humankind's combat system. Of course, it's not without flaws. Auto resolve. But it's really great. Chop him. Military star earned. Neat. 2nd place. But we can move through because the opponent already has and we don't want to fall behind. So what we'll do now is jump through to the next era. You voted 70% in favour. Thanks for not doing a 50-50 troll for the English. Let's go. And you, my diplomat, aka... I can't see my keyboard. Let's send definitely not a scout in to go and definitely not scout. Plus 10 stability, plus 10 industry. Extra food. Yeah, go on. Oh man, we don't even have a harbor here. What am I doing? And also, I think we should go check out that island, because I am a sucker for a random island. Let's get a scout rider. Are my days of chopping trees over? Ah, just one more. Maybe one out there too.
Wisdom, whatever you think of the agrarian English, don't complain about their cooking. They'll come. You have spread your
Spread
culture
your influence through an
throughout the
entire
world,
continent.
achieving
Great.
silently and subtly what armies and diplomats could not.
$660 influence for 90 gold. 1,300 gold. This aesthete ability is really powerful. Let's do that. That's a lot of influence. Sheesh! And now we can claim a wonder. And I think we should get a faithy one. The Angkor, what? Screams out to me immediately. Other reasonable options may include Notre Dame. Potentially the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. Pyramid of Giza, always good. Let's get this old Giza. I love the Pyramid of Giza. Not that I've ever seen it. Or probably ever will. Although photos are good. Come on. Okay, feudalism. Are we feudal? Yeah, baby. We can finally hook up this new city. Let's unlock our English longbowmen, because it's kind of what we do. And then sweep up a whole load of these cheap techs for the stars. You know how it goes. Defensive on the border. We're probably going to war this era, which will be good for our stars. And our growth. Not gonna lie. Alright, do I have a... No, I don't. Okay. It's gonna be Londonia. What the flaming Londonia? Counts as a lot of districts. Sick. Now this is mine. These forts kind of look a bit dumb, and these guys are left with egg on their face, but that's alright. It's like those Japanese war vets that weren't told that the war was over. They're just standing back there in these forts. The longbows! Oh, crap. Get out of there. Please, I'm a peaceful diplomat. Oh, speaking of which... Yeah. Let's establish contact with these people. And give them... everything they could ever want. I am the Scott sugar daddy of cures right now. And we're gonna pump him full of cash. And then we'll decide what we'll do with them after that. Potentially we could move through their city, but
You are moving up in the world.
we're a little
securing
bit
your
stranded
place in
still.
history. Keep forging ahead.
Merge territories with money. Plus 10 food per number of attached territories. I mean, neither of them are that great. Who needs land rights? Quickly slap down this old geezer up here. and then grab some more of these really cool monasteries. I like the fact that we get a little bit of everything. It's good for a player like me who might choose to overlook certain yields. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 infrastructures, and we don't have many market quarters yet. We could probably use a gold-focused place, and actually around this, oh well, around this could be alright. We'll start work on that.
5 farmers' quarters for 1 city.
Time to use our AC ability
Somebody's
again.
going down in history
Turn a
for
little bit of
title.
gold into a stupid amount of influence. 120 gold for 1300 influence. Thank you. We haven't met
So
anyone
nice to
else.
hear from you.
Oh look, there's our unique resource too. Sick. Minus 1% cost for enacting civics per access to these. It's minus 2%. And the cost of them as well. Stability on hamlets. Faith on religious districts. And they count as religious districts. So they're kind of feeding into
The
themselves.
Pyramids of Giza, the original construction yardstick by which all other projects will be measured.
Giza will make our districts cheaper. Not that they were expensive to begin with. But every second counts in blitz speed. Should I retire you now? Nah, go chop that. I think there's any point in chopping that last one that I just assigned though, actually. Oh dear. The crappy envoy has been crapped on. Got a Confucian school here too. What does it do? Research in Commons Quarter. Okay. Nothing stupendous. This place needs another territory to
15
grow,
makers
really, doesn't it? It's sort of
Your biggest
stretching and
worry
squirming and
where
not
all
quite
the
able to get
workers will
there.
eat and sleep.
It's true that the French are still salty about the longbow to this day. I would say so. Yes. In the same way that New Zealanders are still salty with the French when they sunk the Rainbow Warrior in the 70s or whatever it was. God. Okay. It's an act of terrorism. Let's... Why are you fighting me? I'm bankrolling your entire society. Fine. These guys are like, oh shit. Oh, look at this though. Hey? I don't know if the archers can shoot that far. I don't think they can. But my crossbows can. And they will. Run weak units to the back, keep melee units at the front, end round. The archers are jumping into the sea. We'll position some crossbows at the shoreline. Accompanied by a swordsman either side. Oh, shots fired across the sea. Meanwhile, absolute devastation. Unable to reach. Probably that one would have. Yeah, that one would have. Oh, you can. Good shot. These crossbows are so sick. That's it.
Come, relax.
No crisis negotiations to be had. Could break that treaty. That'll ruffle a few feathers. Give them a little bit more war support was all it did. Didn't cause any grievances. Alright, let's declare war. We're going in. Surprise! And now, to mess with you, I'm going to send you a gift of... What? Why won't it... I'm not typing that 8. It loves 18 for some reason. 0 item, 18 money, and 0 influence. There you go. A gift from me to you. Yeah, I'm playing mind games with the AI that doesn't have a mind. I know. I know. Well aware. Thank you. Okay, you get out of there. And you... Ooh. Okay, so we can upgrade to the longbow. The longbow has an extra 5 combat strength and an extra range. And it has indirect fire. I think that's just a straight upgrade. Like, there's no real incentive to keep those other ones, I don't think. Maybe the move and fire thing? Meh. Cool. Right, last minute upgrades done. 12 units should be enough, but just in case, let's build 4 more longbowmen. The more the merrier! Cost of signing treaties with independent peoples halved. 50% higher army cost and +1 combat strength. Let's do that now. Let's start to shift our civics a little bit more towards that aggressive side.
Cannon fodder or respected allies.
Maybe a lot?
I don't think you'll go down in history.
We're gonna
as
really
violent
stomp.
and intolerant.
I am taking 0 prisoners. And we march. Huge army. Didn't get the upgrades off there. Actually, on any of these guys. Sorry, you're a little bit neglected. Let's jump across to the next island. I see a lot of strategic resources, which is putting a big grin on my face. I think we might retire our choppers. I'm gonna live a sweet retirement in Hucky Boy. Hey, Leander. What's the model about? I would love to catch you up. This is a mod created by one of our very own. If you're just tuning in, kia ora and welcome. We have about 80 people watching and 82 likes. The mod changes every single culture. It changes potentially its affinity, the impact of its unique district, and its trait. As an example, at the moment, we're playing as the medieval English, and they're very different to what they normally are. We have this unique monastery like normal, but here it's providing, and that's a lot of text, but it's providing us with a unique strategic resource. Poetic texts. Pretty cool. And every single other culture has changed, so the game's kind of been flipped up on its head. Every single civilization is different. In quite a profound way, and genuine to God, so far it seems very well thought out and pretty well balanced, despite introducing a lot of new mechanics. Early days, of course, but that's my initial take. If you'd like to check out the mod yourself, it's called Humankind Redux, and it's in the description below. Came out just a couple of days ago as well, so hot off the press. It's nice to see some new content for Humankind, even if it is on the incredibly ambitious community side. Right, plus 50% money from ransacking? No. Plus 20 stability that you occupy? Yeah.
If an army wants reliable soldiers,
We're going hard. And so we're in the third era, the medieval era. We will be moving through to a new one soon, so you'll be able to get a really good taste for what the new cultures look like when we can actually view that culture screen. A little bit of a fight shaping up here. Should we take it? Yeah. Coward. Coward. We see a way through here. We're not sure if we can get through along the coastline, so we're going to funnel everybody down this way. Unfortunately, it wasted a lot of their movement. The downside to fighting like that. Or even just triggering a fight. Strange. I guess they have to get set up or something. And that uses their movement. I don't know. More money? No. Science. Yes. Nice little science hub going on here, actually. We've got heaps of stability, so let's keep expanding it. The capital is just going to be science up the wazoo. Groovy soundtrack too, am I right? Okay. I'm going to completely walk past cures.
So, will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
Move everybody before attacking. That way they don't lose their movement points. Oh, what is this? You know what, Cures? kick your butt with an insta-resolve. Then we'll have a look at your treaties, and we'll try and get them signed on so they stop freaking fighting us. Scientific collaboration will give us 94 science a turn. That's pretty good. It's actually insanely good on the speed. Let's take it. And then +1 influence, no. Rent cost, no. Profit sharing, I mean, it's alright. It's 30 bucks. Deal. Now stop fighting me, Sabine. Let's move that show. Sabine. What show was I watching that had a character called Sabine in it? Ah! I'm too old, I can't remember. Alright. Commons quarters or garrisons, the age-old questions. We kind of want to keep pushing towards liberty. Maybe we could save a little bit on stability, though. Yeah, let's do it. We love Gareth Sons here.
You don't dare to leave the house at night.
Again, squeeze these guys up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. I don't know why I'm walking them separately, because we can actually have more than 4 in our army now. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's time to move through an era and upgrade our religion. Tier 2. I'm thinking we're already really good at science, so let's smash it out the park and get +5 science on our research quarters and a little bit more on our religious districts. Not forgetting that, of course, our current unique is a religious district. Sweet. Next step. Another holy site. Londinia. You're mine. Next step. Aesthete ability to use so that we can make a shitload of money. I mean influence. Yes. Step 4. Claim a wonder with said influence. +1 food per faith. Yes. And then last but not least, the moment you've all been waiting for. Here it is. Time for us to take a look at the next era of cultures. I need a drink. Reading out all these cultures. Destroying my throat. Star Wars Rebels? No, but good guess. The Coldstream Guards. I like that. Let's do that. I'll do that before I forget. Where's the best army? Where's this one? Neat. And I do have a city name up for grabs. If you've donated or something like that, shout it out. Or just shout it out. And we're about to have another one up for grabs too. He says, optimistically, as longbows approach and surround the city with but 2 tiles to make it in. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but it's not impossible. Found that here on this sort of frozen archipelago looking thing. And maybe some military architecture. That kind of looks good. Hamlets we need because we get some extra from them. We'll upgrade our swords and our science. Do you need to go down there? Probably not. You can just sit there. Just chill. We might as well do some defense after all. Sheesh. Alright. Time to besiege the city. I guess we could maintain a siege and build some trebuchets. Sure. Let's do it. Let's do it right. Maintain siege. I've changed my mind. I'm going to bring those units down just in case, because it is a little bit close. Angkor Wat is great. Where can we place it? Ooh. I think it needs to be placed along the... Oh no, I'm wrong. Literally just anywhere. Okay, cool. We probably want to place it where we can grab a lot of yield. Somewhere with... Yeah, they'll do. Bit of food.
As feudal
in a
structures
form
prove
that is codified.
and searchable has become available to all. This is no small gift.
And another holy site. All the holy sites. Make sure these cities don't starve. They're starting to get quite big. Finish off Angkor early. Because it's sick. Oh crap, you're actually starving. Sorry! Sorry. Plus 10% industry? Yeah, go on.
National
Let's
control
nationalize
of
it.
vital products and resources
Never problematic.
paradoxically could provide more freedom and autonomy.
Ignore. Cities under siege, reinforcing longbows arrive, looking at the go. Here your assault. Oh, I'm preparing. Don't you worry.
Not everything worth appreciating.
Well, dude, I think we just
forged
found a
by
wonder.
human hands.
Oh! Cool! It's the Perito Moreno Glacier. And we just sort of fell on top of it. Plus 10 money on city outpost, plus 5 science on city outpost. Okay. Kind of cool. We'll attach it to the capital so that we can immediately build an English monastery right next to the wonder. Because, obviously,
15 farmers' quarters.
why wouldn't we?
Not sure if I should congratulate you. The sight of Angkor
Time to
Wat
pump through another
is
wonder.
worthy of reverence.
Oops. That's not a wonder. Notre Dame? Sure. Now I have all these wonders. I'm thinking, I should have taken the Bulgarians. Though, we mightn't be in this position if we didn't take this culture. The butterfly effect is real. Haven't been using this ability. A little bit of an oversight, though it doesn't look quite as good as what it used to. It's enough to make sure that I'll never run out of influence ever again, though, really. So we can turn them into our client state, or we can assimilate them. Now that we've reached sort of maximum level of patronage over them, thanks to pumping money and influence in and over their economy, we could assimilate them and just take their city, but I think the client state's better. Like, I don't really want their crappy city. And we get a lot of yield per turn. You are my client.
You've signed your first client state treaty.
Welcome
with
to
an
the Empire,
independent
Sabines.
people. Your might, their mercenaries.
Let's take it. I'm going to do it manual, but maybe, like... What? These things are so big. I don't have anywhere to put them. Thankfully, they're not really my units. So I'm just going to shuffle them right at the front. And the AI can just wail on them for a bit. Right? So, if you're unfamiliar, the way that you get siege units, like trebuchets and Humankind, at least in the early game, isn't that you build them, but rather that when you besiege a city, you can kind of like set up, if you will, as you're besieging it. And that's what we've done. And so now we've got like sort of these free units, effectively. I'm gonna lob a whole lot of big rocks at them. That was brutal. How do you like these rocks? It's actually nearly cleared away in, if it weren't for the fact that we're completely stuck. Aw, cheeky crossbow shot from the back though. That was a Hail Mary and a half. Can't quite pull that off. Longbow, sorry, longbow. Good shot. Yeah, that was a pretty good first round. Never seen so many siege units. Me neither, Harry. I almost never build them. And I think they look hilarious in this tiny little bit here. They're like the size of mountains. No wonder these rocks are so devastating. Alright. Ah. Is there a hotkey for that? Nice if there was. Oh, the chaos. Where are my melee units? They're all stuck behind these stupid trebuchets. What was that one even wailing on? Oh, it was actually destroying the walls. Yeah, good one. So now we can bring our mounted units in. Not that we have a single one of those. I'll do a cheeky auto deploy just to see where the AI moves. It kind of just does a wee dumb step into the ocean and that's it. Because we are incredibly cramped. Can you please destroy one of my trebuchets? I can't get my massive army through this tiny corridor. Come on. Let's auto it. I need a drink of water. A resource northwest of the glacier. Oh, that's our, never eat soggy wheat bix. Yeah, that's our poetic texts from the monastery. We've got 11 of those bad boys now, reducing the cost of our civics by 11%, giving us a bit of plus 11 faith on our religious districts. They must be pumping out a lot of faith. Not that I can find a single one. Plus 1 faith from literalism. Literally. 12 faith on the monastery. Yeah, there you go. Minus 1 people on sussy jumbo. The world won't be too upset.
30 leverages. Next, you'll be looking for something to use against me.
Right. How's the Battle of Oh, it's done. It's done. It lasted for 2 turns and 4 rounds. We took 3% losses from our combat strength and 5% total from our average health. And they were completely annihilated. Yike. Yike. They didn't even expand. What are we doing? Huh. Okay, well this island is done, effectively. I mean, there's a little bit more we could do over there. At turn 40, it is roughly time for us to move through to the next era. I might just wait and get a couple more gold stars, though. We've got a few more turns up our sleeve. However, in the meantime, as we are now 10 likes away from our triple-digit target, 2 hours in, let's take a look at the next cultures. Wonders and Notre Dame, ongoing walk and Abbey, and there's a lot to do, but crucially, we can move through now to the early modern era. Traditionally, my least favorite. Let's see how it stacks up. Population gives food and industry. Allows construction of new districts on adjacent tiles. The terrace farm per adjacent mountain. Road speed, not great for us. Maasai influence per overpopulation? Industry cost of public ceremonies? No. 15 money on territory founded in a foreign continent. We don't have any of those yet. Though we could use that to expand, of course. That's the idea. 10 food and stability on our hamlets. Plus 1 leverage. Joe. Plus 2 science on coastal water. And influence on coastal water. That's cool to see. Smoke on the water as well. I love it. Oh my, you've done such a good job with those. Spawn this way. Purple haze. Ain't no mountain high enough. All along the watchtower. I'm reading out the ones I like confirmed no. Stairway to heaven. Another brick in the wall. Yeah. Okay, anyway, back to the cultures. Sorry. Back to Ming. Plus 1 worker slot on city. Plus 5 industry per adjacent non-river district. Yeah, I mean, it's solid. Ming is solid. Plus 50 money on our wonders and our emblematic districts. We have quite a few now, actually. But they're a bit of a trading people, the Muggles, and we are not. The influence generated by friendly envoys abroad. Probably not really a me thing. However, it does overall just kind of buff everything, which is nice. The polls in this update are an agrarian, giving food on garrisons and combat strength in combat for units in or adjacent to the district per the number of territories. Spanish leaning into international sway a little bit and co-religionist states. The Swiss ain't no mountain high enough. Money, science, and industry on our mountains. And a watchmaker's guild. That's solid. Solid. Edo Japanese. Plus 1 combat strength per level of experience. That could lean in kind of nicely to what we unlocked a few eras ago. Maybe. I'm not mad at that. Born this way. Pick the Swiss. Yeah, they're pretty solid. They're definitely on my shortlist. I haven't really found much. Like, I don't want the Venetians. The Edo Japanese are alright. Swiss are good. Let's put them on our shortlist. I don't trade. I'm going to ditch them. Plus 5 food per adjacent farmers, plus 5 industry. It's a pretty, and it counts as a research quarter as well. I'm going to put Josie on as our second one, because this is actually quite a good research quarter, in that it can give adjacency to anything and give a really good one. And the plus 2 science on coastal water, we're actually fairly coastal. This is much better than I initially thought, I think. So we'll go Joseon, the aesthete with a bent towards science and a gunboat, versus the Swiss, a solid merchant pick with additional yield added to our mountains and a solid money-making industry. What is the difference between CE and AD, at the risk of asking a somewhat ignorant question? They mean, it refers to the same thing, right? Or am I wrong? Maybe it doesn't. Start a poll. Let's go. Alright, punks, place your votes. I thought it was the secular version of AD. That was my inkling. But I don't actually know what it... Like, I don't know what the letters stand for. So, I can't give any context. AD is fairly self-explanatory. Alright, place your votes. It's time to upgrade this beast of a religion again. Yeah, right, so it's just moving away from the religious side, and it's more of a secular approach to history. Gotcha. Okay, develop the intellect, plus 2 science on religious district, plus 20 science per alliance. No, thank you. Land movement, meh. Industry on main plaza, well, no. Plus 2 money per, no. No. This tier is the garbage tier. Plus 2 science on religious district. We have a lot of monasteries. Plus 2 industry on religious district. Let's get that. Just grab some base industry. Can't go wrong. Oh yeah, and we can tidy this up too.
To what do I owe this pleasure?
Common! Common is the C word! Well, not that C word, jeez. Common era. Current era. Chat immediately disagrees. Would you like to become my vassal? We can live together in harmony, Dr. Kane. No, I don't think so. Sorry. I appreciate all that you do. Did G. Okay, I'm gonna force your surrender. You're gone. Soz. And now what do we do? Got all these armies, nothing to do. Sir, please. Weird that we can't upgrade inside of our client state territory. Like, what? They're mine. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. No. They are mine, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, whatever. You don't want to let me use your bloody forge? So be it. Freshly upgraded longbowmen swordsmen. I think we need to send them out and just hope that we run into somebody.
Empire in first place, that is.
Is hope a good war strategy?
You are almost,
yes.
but not quite there.
Quickly plop down one of these districts. Oh, not that we're actually moving through just yet, are we? Get another holy site down. That means we can build 2 of our unique district in this territory moving forward, thanks to our era where we played as the English. And I'm gonna pump that out straight away. Pump it all out straight away. Go, go, go! Sussy Yumbo, time to get your hamlet down. Where's it gonna go? There. Another one? Another one. These will be good for our growth as well, because we were starting to starve a little bit. This will give us extra housing and food and all sorts of good stuff. First civilization Sumeria is recorded. Oh, cool. From AD to C, once we next secularism. That would be cool. Yeah, I agree, Carl. That way no one will get mad about it if it's like not religious and they're like, it should be. Or if it is religious and they're like, it shouldn't be. Let's just give them control. And they can do whatever they like. I concur. Slaves? You betcha.
You may treat them like loot and property, but they are still human beings.
See ya.
So, do you view each other as friend or foe?
Oh, leader
It's
Dr.
time to
Kane, the
unravel
Huns has
diplomat's
fallen.
dilemma.
Quote, brilliant. Be over-optimistic. Civilization fell into the ashes. Will it be remembered at the end? Yes. We will remember you. Let's check out this island. Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of scared to set sail.
It's one of those moments
Ooh.
that make you feel like a small thing on a wondrous
Plus
planet.
2 food per follower, per state religion follower on territories following your state religion. Lake Baikal. That is a wonderful wonder for us to stumble upon. To the seas. Because here we have... It's King Pete Pistorius. Pretorius. PPR. P. Pretorius. Let's go... Refuse that non-aggression pact. And you're trespassing. So get out. Not a great start to our relationship with the Bulgarians. Looks like you voted for the Swiss. Kind of just a little bit. Hey, Pete! Good timing! Alright. I think it's time for us to move through. 56%. That's a comfortable not troll vote. Let's do it. The brand new and improved Swiss, as part of this mod pack, should provide us with a nice balance of industry and money, which are always great resources. The little bit of extra yield on the mountains is nice too. I'm not so sure about their unique. Generates more income for its empire. Oh, that's cool. Kind of ties in with that Arm steel mechanic. I'm not going to use that though. Oh my god. I look so good in the Dutch costume. I should go to Dutch. You're 1,500 bucks. Oh wait, I want 1,500 bucks. Your demands have been refused. It means war. Right, you lot. Back this way. You got a job to do. And instead, we'll send, I don't know, maybe a scout over to check out that island. Oh, the trouble with picking up these cities so late is that their infrastructure is yawn-worthy. Yeah, these are all garbage. I'll ignore them for now. We'll grab that territory, hook it up to this city, and everything will be great. Couple of cramlets, stack them high, make them fly. And let's not forget about our science stroke faith. See you, Commons Quarter. You were just an easy target. Now, what can we give to you to make you a good city? Infrastructure. It's probably true, but I'm going to give them a couple of industrial districts. And let's go. We leave behind the medieval ages and move on. Oh, welcome in, friend. And we move on to hopefully something a little bit better. I'm not sure if I've played much with the normal Swiss, so playing this Humankind redo version, I might end up with more experience with this version, which is kind of funny. Right, get your booty over there. You guys go out to sea. So, should we send a navy as well? No. No. We haven't even unlocked them. We don't have a harbour. This place is a bit problematic. Right, what kind of yields are we getting out from this district? Let's have a look at it somewhere which is actually like a little bit sort of better of a city. Kind of garbage. Yikers. What do you do? Let's do money per gemstone on market quarter. It's 3 money or industry, right? So we should be able to leverage off that a little bit more as we move up. Yeah, 25 bucks in this gold place. Fantastic. It'll be a nice little cluster there, actually. And then up here in the capital, which is actually not capital, sorry, I misspoke. It's a very nice city. Starving a little bit. It's a very nice place, unless you like to eat food. How many of these can I build? Oh, of course, we have that English bonus. Ah, look, there's a thing. See a thing, go get a thing. Remastered ships, pretty cool. Maybe a bit of cheeky gunpowder as well. We could send over an extra army with some guns.
5 market quarters should provide you with a number of pragmatic answers.
Why do we pursue a destructive war?
A white peace proposal already. It's a bit eager. Don't you think?
Another empire built Stonehenge.
Oh, it's king versus king. Oh, the slow naval movement speed. Regrets. Go and find some juicy gossip that we can use against them. Probably grab the rest of this.
Given 30 research quarters, I'm not sure if this should be called the City of Science or the Den of Geeks.
Okay, we need gunpowder. The V word. Good. I think I just broke. Okay. Not in this economy. Especially in this economy, actually. Alright, let's place down 710. Hoover up this wonder. There's also a stony field with some old geezers here. That's 25 money for the cost of 20 science, or lock down? Question mark for 2 turns. Sure. It's 2 turns between friends. Naval artillery. Yeah. Getting 1,000 science per turn. That's pretty impressive for a blitz game. What's not impressive is this pathetic infrastructure. Come on. Don't make me start chopping forests again. You know I will. Let's check our religious overview. Yeah, we're just dominant. Everybody loves it. Where are my caravels? We don't need no caravels where we're going. Navy is for the weak. We're just beelining in. They won't see this coming, you see. Surprise tactics.
You have no choice. You must accept.
They're demanding that I signed a military treaty. Pete, demanding a military treaty. My demands have been refused. What's your answer? Wait, what? What happened to our war? Am I stupid? Don't answer there. Declare war. Yeah, no, still very much at war. Not sure how that changed. Didn't mean to. I'm sure it made sense, I just missed it. Maybe when they ended another war, Liege, something or other, I don't know. Hooking up this wonder is awesome, so let's hook it up to the unknown city straight away. And now we'll be getting that wondrous effect of extra food per state religion follower on territories following your state religion. That's good. That's good. Alright, you go and explore that way. Caravel. And
Territories.
then the army over to the right are going to move in.
More territory than your
The blue boss is a
ancestors could have
17 pop
possibly
city.
imagined.
Alright. Hopefully they don't see this beachhead landing that's
Well,
incredibly obvious.
Another empire has certainly left a mark
Ooh.
with this cultural wonder.
They definitely saw the amphibious landing with that massive lighthouse right there. Yike. Put this guy on auto explore. Hopefully he'll auto diplomat. Oh, King Huck. Sorry, Huck, if you're still in the chat. The Mongols have fallen. Queen Hoth, the Dutch, had no mercy. Right. So, you're dead. And we still haven't met Hoth. Fairly close race at the top. Bit of a yike. Let's keep going.
Why do we pursue a destructive war? Look, this war...
I refuse your stupid white peace proposal. You will perish. And we've got these sick luxury manufactories that could come online, though we don't really have a lot of ownership, come to think of it. Because we're not trading this game. Like, nah. No trade. Only fight. There's at least one more. Alright, you chumps.
Lovely. Impressive.
What have you got?
A cultural
Oh, another wonder.
wonder
Temple of
that
Artemis.
makes
Okay.
me want to pull out my toy blocks and go crazy.
Nice city. Coastal. Fairly defendable. Couple of wonders.
To the victor go the spoils.
Going full war.
Maybe rude and blunt, but it's certainly
Just trying to
the
leverage
value
as much
of
power as I can. I'd like to get these units onto solid ground. Scheist. Okay. We're gonna go straight in instead of building those wonderful siege units like we did last time. Because I think we have a first mover advantage here. We see these old dudes with hooks. Yeah, I got guns, baby. Let's see how it goes. Okay, 18 to 31. Thankfully, my stupidity of deploying in the water hasn't punished me, because the opponent has no ranged units. And so we're completely safe until we go like this, and then we'll get destroyed. But, c'est la vie. We've got far too many gunners at this back end, completely clogging it up. We need to try and get through. There we go. Anybody? Anybody want to walk through? Okay. We're probably going to lose these units, but you know what? Your sacrifice won't be forgotten. Thank you. Ah, now there is also an alternate play where we can run around this backside, because there is a one-tile gap that our units can not only stand at high ground, but also sneak through into the city walls. As the gunners begin to arrive, though they are deployed in the worst spot. And yes, Pete, you're right. Your troops are quite literally outgunned. Though this pikeman put up a valiant effort, and this unit was like, wait a minute, your thing shoots way faster than mine. Don't look at my Lousy infrastructure and poor old Hucky boy.
Unfortunately, this time you are merely a bystander to someone else's glory.
Alright, we've found potentially the new world. Let's start some outposting. And Bibbly Boss has fallen. Let's take a look at the breakdown. It was a 100% wipeout. See ya. We'll take a quick turn to heal anybody who's injured. Maybe a nice cup of soup. And let's take a look at our second last. I'm hoping to make it through to the final era of this stream. Hoping to. But we shall see. We've already been going for a couple of hours now. This is a mod. Link in the description, as always. Okay. Argentina. International sway. Not really our thing. Beef. +5 food per beef. Money from trade. No thank you. Ethiopia. Leverage per turn against empires which you've declared war, which have declared war on you. Agents. No. Persia. Science per number of territories in a sphere of influence, and money too. That excites me. A nice enough district. Train stations. Public ceremony. See ya. The British. +1 stealth per number. Not quite how this game is shaping up either. Though, don't get me wrong, nice cultures, just not quite right. The French, one of the most hotly contested cultures when the game first came out. A militarist in this version. Influence per population. Occupied cities. I don't think that's quite right. In or adjacent to a science district. Per adjacent garrison. And then on garrison. I haven't quite leaned into that heavily enough. War score, combat strength on retreating units. That's cool. Land movement speed on retreating units. Even though there's a bit of ceremony stuff here, the Russians look kind of cool. Science and influence on our religious districts, and we have a shitload of them. Their one is another one. Yeah. They're cool. Put them on the list. No. Hostile units in Empire. We're more likely to be invading than be invaded. Floating market's decent. Okay. I think I know my two choices. Choice number 1, because our sphere of influence is large and strong and the district is decent, I'll choose the Persians. Expansionists. Choice number 2, the Russians. A scientist. And a nice little trait there to help us smash out our science. I think they're probably the pick, but I could be tempted either way. With the Russians. And to show you one more time, the Persians. Cool.
That should help with simplicity and keep things focused.
Yes.
Depending, of course,
What do we want to do
on
with
where
our
you go next.
unbelievers? We'll ignore them for now. Little break.
The
from
written
history.
word was previously mass dissemination.
We've unlocked the
Will
movable
it be of
typeface. Everyone's
information
really excited about
or
it.
of propaganda.
Like, oh my god, it moves. Alright, last tenant. Smashed it out the park. 50 science on a cultural wonder. And our religious districts. That's kind of the science endgame, isn't it? Combat strength, honestly, not mad at that. But I'm going to take it. Boom. Speaking of which, we should grab another one of those. Machu Picchu. Influence per territories under the religion's influence on territories following the state religion. Very long-winded. Look at this one. The palace will allow us to construct other things, not just wonders, but also, say, nuclear tests or what have you, at a much better rate. Hey, you want some money? Nah. Relocate next to the mountains for some juicy yield.
12 builder stars.
Oh, the horses aren't quite in the territory, dang
wonder
it.
if one can build the stars directly. Can you have this amount of international sway and stay humble? You've
Congress of
unlocked the
Humankind,
Congress of
yeah.
Humankind.
Sweet.
Let's find out how the world gets along with ideas instead of weapons.
I want those horses. Gimme. Gimme! Nah, I don't think we want conquered empires. Just about finished the techs in this era, which suggests to me, time to move through. Turn 52, looking
A
pretty
rebellion
good.
has started, and
Oh, what is
revolution never
this?
happens without two things:
Oh, come
cause
on.
and an ideology.
You rebel against me, you numpty. I will destroy you. I'm going to vote for mercenary armies. So we've put it to the Congress. Which civic will be a universal choice? And we've currently got mercenary armies. So I'll chuck my weight behind it for a bit of a lull. We can also unlock some doctrine effects. Oh, that one's cool. +3 science on city or outpost. Yeah. I'm going to spam that out and grab that. Per territories following our state religion. Nice little bonus. +2 bonus access to discovered strategic resources. I don't really need that. I don't need any of those effects. And the international crisis panel is yet to be established. I thought this game was dead. Well, here we are. Fewer numbers are definitely far lower than something like Civilization 6. You know, I'm well aware of that. In this economy, it's not a good idea to be making Humankind content. But it is a very fun game. IMO. All right. Let's squeeze up here, and I guess we just keep pushing this aggression. I don't see why not. The constant victories will be doing good for our war support.
Generous. A very generous.
Aha! Hello. I'm not sure if I had the New World on. I tend to have it off, I thought. However, oh, no, maybe it is just all part of this one big landmass. I want to make this into a city. Ideally, though, we want to get steam engine first. So let's move through. You voted for the Persians. All day, baby. Let's go. I think you just see me play live. Oh, wicked. Welcome in. Welcome in, Jose. Nice to see you. Well, not see you, as it were. Talk of the interwebs. Alright. More upgrades? You know what? Upgrade these guys. We're getting... Yeah, it's a nice bonus. Up to 50 combat strength. All of them. They all ditched their swords and picked up guns. Can you blame them? walk. There you go. Oh, they are running for the hills. Sir, we don't know this technology! This one always messes with my mind a little bit. I'm going to ignore it. The way that it's written doesn't especially gel with me, and every time some kind person in chat reminds me of how it works, and every time it leaves my mind. I'm sorry. Something to do with the rate of change of gain and surplus difference, maybe? Unsure. Let's get top cuppy. Top cuppy? Oh, yeah, actually. Huh. Sure. The goal here is to just quickly land grab as much as possible and then scout out where the enemies are. That's it. The Bibbly boss. Oh, look, it's the Coldstream Guards. Wicked. You stay there. There's some icebergs over here that you can sit next to if you feel like a bit of fun. And that's good. Last technology of the era. So it's a good thing we're moving
The world gets
through.
larger, the cities expand. The grand bridge between the great Safavid Empire and modern Iran. A difficult job in a challenging place.
One makes the rate of change very slow. The other makes it super fast. And now that instantly makes sense to me and I understand it again. Thank you.
Well, well. Another empire has certainly left a mark on the world. with this
Could maybe use a
cultural
plain
wonder.
English edit? Maybe? 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 Okay. Plain English is hard though. Alright. This is a bit tough. We might actually need the Coldstream Guard. Come on! You're being pulled back into service. Good. New district, who dis? Looks nice. Nice yield. Nothing crazy though. Decent. We can build a shitload of them. Thanks to playing as the English. Ongoing war can now be ended. The question
Tell me
is,
what
can
you
it be
want.
ended in a way that I like? 208. Yes. Pete, you will live as one of my own. But as a small consolation prize, no, I just can't afford them. Unfortunate. But you know what? You're mine. Welcome.
Look at what a competing empire has accomplished.
Oh!
A
And,
gasp of
ha!
wonder, a
And
cry of
because
astonishment, and
Tink
perhaps
here in the teal, the Byzantines, were already in a similar deal. Now I've got 2 vassals. 2 footer. 2 for the price of 1. How good. Oh, thank you so much. I just saw the buy me a coffee from Bandchain One Love. I just want to give you a quick shout out. You said, Jumbo, thanks for the content. Love to watch your videos. Fun story. Me with my friend bought a Humankind, and I don't know if it's normal. We were just playing on normal speed session, 20 hours. At the end, we were so bored and just nuked each other. Thanks for the coffee. I really appreciate that. That's so kind. super kind. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, back to the task at hand. Anyway, hey, Major King Kong, nice to see you. Vassalized. Welcome. Welcome to the fray. It also gives us a great view of the world. And all of a sudden, I've just realized I took out someone. Someone took out Huck. I think it was Hoff. And now I've vassalized 2 people. And all of a sudden, actually, we're in the Kingmaker position. With only 1 player left. Okay. New game plan. We're going to colonize our way. We're still going to colonize our way across this new world. But instead of building this as the city, although we do have some room to spare. Oh, that was a freaking juicy one. Holy cow. We're going to put the city right next to their capital, or as close as we can get to their capital. Oh. She's a bit full around here. I don't need to fight you anymore. So... see ya. We set off after conquering, by the way, the entire continent, except for these guys. Let's introduce ourselves. If you haven't played Humankind in a while, you might not be familiar with this new DLC system. We can now engage with the neutral tribes or the barbarians in, honestly, in my opinion, actually probably one of the best ways out of most strategy games, at least that come to mind. I really like this treaties system, and we'll bankroll them with a shite load of everything. Prevents an empire revolution. That is handy. If I'm going to go freedom of speech instead.
People might
Let
end
the
up
people
believing
speak.
whatever ridiculous things the government says.
Even if they're stupid. Idiots. Let's get Steam Engine. That means that when we set up our new city over here on Operation Colonization, it'll have all of its infrastructure. And yeah, Pete, I think that we've just kind of fallen into a domination victory here. Only watching Beginner's Guide, getting back into the game. Glad to catch your stream. Ah, thanks, Epic Muffins. I was thinking about my Humankind Beginner's Guides recently, actually. I mean, like, the truth is, most of my YouTube videos don't compensate my time. So there is always a trade-off. It's always, I have to do less paid work to do this, or ditch the hobby, or ditch the whatever. But that's okay. That's life. But most videos, anyway, where I'm going with this ramble, make like $8. But they're also really fun to make, those tutorials. I really enjoy making them. So keep an eye out over the next few weeks. I intend to go back, not necessarily to Humankind, although it could be, but I intend to go back through and take a re-look at some of my older tutorials that have proved to be popular, therefore there is some kind of audience and demand for them. And just take a look and see, does this need to be refreshed? Does this need to be revitalized? Has enough changed that it's worthwhile to revitalize it? I think the answer will be yes to a few of them, because some of these games have changed quite a bit since my last tutorials. And that's not to say that the guides are wrong. Like, I really don't think they are. Like, you could watch it and still get a really solid, hopefully, understanding of how to play Humankind. But it would also be kind of fun to give some of them a bit of a refresh, a facelift,
rebuilt,
if you will.
And renamed any number of times. It is a testament to stamina.
Anyway, ramble over.
Survivability.
Not sure where that came from. Do you know if you can form Rome? Constantine of Rome enters the chat. We can play as Rome. We can. We didn't. But we can. Do we want Big Bon? Yeah, we're Science King. Let's take Big Bon. I know Eiffel Tower tends to be the most popular one, but you don't know what you're doing. I'm just kidding. You really do know what you're doing, but we need the money. I mean science. Who doesn't know what they're doing? Time to hook up some coal. World, not very polluted yet. Everybody's still just breathing in healthy air. Going along, living their days. That one and that one. loads of infrastructure.
We
Just ignore
welcome
that.
this opportunity for dialogue.
Yeah, sure. You're my vassal. I'll give you some scientific correspondence. And you know what? You can have a gift. Here's some money and influence. And Pete, you're a legend too. Where are you? Here you
What
go.
is it?
You can have $1,000 and 1,000 influence. Because I treat my conquered vassals with respect. Yeah, I doubt that they have done an espionage on Humankind. The truth is, there are almost no viewers for Humankind content on YouTube. I mean, of course, there are always special cases, but because the game is significantly less popular than, say, Civilization 6, or the many other, say, Paradox strategy and simulation games out there, it tends to be overcrowded by them and drowned out. And there's just the fact that there are less people interested. Again, well, that won't put me off entirely. But in this economy, I don't know why. That's been stuck in my head all day. I think I must have heard it on TV last night or something. Somebody complaining about their money or whatever. In this economy! In this economy! Hello, Hugo! Okay, state atheism or secularism? We don't want either of those. What are you talking about? Crazy. Crazy. We're not doing very well with with some of these sort of higher end civics, but you know what? We don't need them where we're going. Let's get military coordination, and then quickly check out our. The long. Where is it? Here it is. Check out our lone horse. Yeah, I've put all my eggs in one basket. What of it? If worse comes to worse, we'll just pop out a city a little bit further back. In the meantime, let's start mounting an invasion force. It's going to be tough to break through San Lorenzo, but we can use our allies' coast here a little bit, actually. We don't need to sail, thank goodness, because we're
With 30
so
megacities,
slow.
The primary concern of this empire
In
is
this
going to
economy,
be
it
how
is
to
so
get
Monty
all those
Python, isn't it?
refugees
We were before 1769. Clean air, average age, 35. They had clean air. Their medicine, though? I don't know. You like leeches? Yeah, I'll pass. I'll pass. Whenever I get that question, like, where would you go back in time to? I sort of fantasize and dream about, oh, it'd be cool to go back and see this and see that. But in reality, spoiler alert, it would be really bad. Like, just really bad. You might get lucky. You might end up somewhere nice. In like a royal palace or something. But, spoiler alert, history sucks. You don't want to go back in time. At least not too far, right? Like, what would I do if I was like, yeah, I'd quite like to go back 1,000 years? Or, I'd quite like to see the Dark Ages. What would I do? I have no skills. I can't hunt. If I was sent back in time, I'd be like, where's the supermarket? I'm hungry. And they'll be like, ooga booga booga. If I could play as my ancestor, yeah, if I could be someone else, I suppose it would be a little better. Though I probably wouldn't choose my ancestors if I could choose someone else. I'd probably choose someone powerful and wealthy. Zuma Rock. Besides, I am a big fan of Russian history. Again, though, like, the life that you're living is terrible. Like, awful. Dysentery, yeah. And I'd quite like to go back and get some dysentery, maybe some gangrene. Tuberculosis who? To industry, that's never gonna finish. Oh, look, it didn't do it. This unit's doing like some weird glitch out thing here. just do it there, it's fine. I think I'm stuck up on a hill with nowhere to go. Oh, look at all these. These manufactories give us a very nice bonus to stability and money if we hold the lion's share of a luxury resource. Which we do. A lot of them. Now that we've taken over the world. Let's get Big Ben in the capital. Oh wait, we can't. The poor capital. No rivers. Oh, that looks cool. I'm gonna place it there just for the look. Terrible placement, but looks cool.
"30 market quarters. Are you going to start building houses?
You'd be a
with your
Viking?
bricks?
Okay, yeah, that's kind of sick. Might be the English side. Fair. Probably a good choice given the time period. Alright, we make haste. Oh crap, there's water there. Wow, so this was actually just the new world and no one made it. No one. Just me, myself, and I. Guess I'll get a city then. Boom. Newbie on a block. Who dis? Kind of want gold out that way. Or maybe science. We'll come back to it. I'm going to have to pick up the pace a little bit here. So, strap in, everybody. Oh, crap, I am. Okay. Could argue there's not really a huge point in setting that up. But, look at these cheap attached costs. The mega city of the new world. Reasonable food sort of hub down there as well. Do we want any ships? I reckon we should build a couple for fun. Let's pump out our brand new Northern Arbor, I hope. Oh, it's not attached. No! Why did I not attach those? I'm so dumb. Okay, you know what? Stop it. This is gonna be a city too! So many cities. And now, we boat. And with these Man of Wars, it's a gun platform, no special rules, 52 strength. I reckon with this army approaching as well, we should be alright. Look at them go. The ragtag crew of now probably hopelessly out of date units. Oh, actually, maybe not. Colonization's been unlocked. Feel like too little, too late. These found on a foreign continent get extra money and industry or stability. Let's get them money and industry. The vassal colonies are here and they'll reel everybody.
Crime of being born elsewhere.
What owe you by... Don't understand. The AI seems to really struggle with exploration after the start of the game. Interesting. I haven't thought much about that, actually.
Lightning in a bottle. Big Ben will give you a visible and official correct time.
Greetings. A drink?
Scientific
Some
correspondence? You betcha, baby. All yours. So... we're nearly about to move through. It'll be our last look at all of the new revitalized cultures with their traits and everything. It'll be the last era. So, if you've made it this far, shout out to you. Go, go, go! The race against the clock! And it's a really slow one too. Okay, let's try and scout out a little bit. See how far away they are, what they've got. We've got the Great Barrier Reef. How the bloody hell are ya? And it looks like we can just sail right into port. Not from here though. And unlikely from there really either. The fact that Hucky Boy doesn't have his science makes me mad. Let's try and find good stuff for the war. So it's probably actually not propeller. It's probably line formation. Guerrilla warfare. Then propeller. Maybe trench warfare. Fun. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to delete those messages. Sorry. Sorry, Red Duppers and Constantine of Rome. I'm sorry. I fat thumbed you. This is why I can't be trusted to be sent back in time. Okay, let's have a look at our new cultures. The final era to explore. Thank you for joining me so far today. Whether you've joined me live, apologies about the audio issues at the start, or whether you're sort of just tuning in, maybe you're watching the VOD afterwards. Just came Jumbo, and I have one suggestion for you. Just nuke everyone. Dio, that's a fantastic suggestion. Welcome in. Great timing. We're just making it through to the final era, the contemporary era. Let's have a look at how these cultures have been completely reformed. The Cubans are a militarist now. Their district counts as a research quarter, creates a new deposit of classified equipment. Nice. Which is automatically exploited. Plus 120 science on Intel collection. No thanks. Nigerians. Still keeping their oil theme, but slightly different. Plus 1 industry per worker. And money. Per oil. Oil refinery, adding pollution, creating new oil. Australians are scientists now. Yikes. Plus 1 science on exploitation, plus 10 science on research quarters in territories with a natural wonder. Yeah? Yeah? And a zoological foundation. That's optimistic. Brazilians. Plus 2 influence on forest, plus 12 industry per workers, plus 12 per... That's pretty good. Like, that scales with population very well. Money per strategics. Yeah, not quite good enough. How have the Chinese changed? Army upkeep, money on airports, industry and money. Nice. That's a good change. I'd play them. Probably not in this game, though. Maybe. What are they? Expansionist? Minus 50% army upkeep. I mean, not terrible. Egyptians are trading, and they've been upgraded quite a bit here. Cultural wonder as well, providing some nice yields. Train stations, airports. Nice to see that you've made use of some of those later game districts. The Indians, another one that are generally fairly weak. Now they're a scientist, and they receive plus 15 science per territories under the religion's influence if I'm the religious leader, which I am. Science influence per territory under religious influence when a city is in collective minds. Of course. I haven't even used collective minds yet this game. Oh, that could be kind of fun. I think I'll shortlist them, unless loads of other ones wow me. No. Not for this game. 10 food on market... No, we don't have enough market quarters really, I don't think. The Swedes. International sway trait, not super exciting for me. Public ceremonies, I'm steering clear. Turks, a bit of trade. Public school looks nice. Combat is definitely better. Yeah, I agree. I definitely prefer Humankind's combat to Civ's. It makes Civ's look outdated. A little mobile gamey, dare I say? Oh, that's a hot take. Jeez. If I said that in a video, I'd be bullied for days. But honestly, like, it kind of is. You have a tile, you move on to the tile, you click the button. It's just old is all. It's just old. But hey, they added a trebuchet after 6 years, so that's cool. Okay, the Americans next. Minus 50% leverage cost to apply economic sanctions. Huh. I like that. +1 combat strength and combat for units that are adjacent to the district. They've definitely been upgraded. A motor factory. Ford. Yeah.
Our government funds our cars so we can keep making them.
I am jealous, actually, though. The American car market is so different to the New Zealand one. Here, cars are ludicrously expensive in comparison. Largely older, inferior. And it sucks. So I'm jealous of this. Soviets, +50% influence, +2 number. Don't get me wrong, we're not like a backwater or anything. Like, I'm not like taking out my horse and cart. I shouldn't say, people don't really know enough about New Zealand, you'll get the wrong idea. Soviets, what do we got? International sway per alliance. Warsaw Pact. +2 number of agent slots, +50%. Yeah. A film institute. Oh, I guess if we're in that, like, sort of 1930s, 1940s, from memory, I think there was sort of a bit of culture around until that really harsh Stalinization started to take place in the 40s through to his, the end of his reign in, oh god, 53? 1929 to 1953? It's my only pub quiz trick, okay? Let me show it off. All right. I don't think we want the Soviets, nor the Americans, nor the Turks, nor the Swedes. We don't have market quarters. Anybody? It is a new mod. Yeah, information in the description if you're just tuning in. It changes every single culture in the game and everything about them. There's a lot of flavor, there's a lot of thought that's gone into it. Very impressed. If you're looking for something a little bit different, but to get that same core Humankind experience, I would highly, highly recommend. I think we're taking the Indians, and I'm not even going to give you a poll because I don't think there's a second choice. Unless anyone wants to shout one out at me now, or forever hold your peace. No need to be sorry, it's all good. I probably say it 10 or 20 times, but it's all good because people are tuning in. It's a revolving door. It's part of the job. Let's do influence on forest. I mean, oh no, because we chopped down all that forest, didn't we? Yeah. I mean, you could maybe make a case that the Australians are kind of fun. Oh, per adjacent nature reserve. I don't think so. Nigerians, you reckon, Bruno? All right. That was the most carefree decision of my life. Wish I could channel that energy, am I right?
Lovely.
Okay,
Impressive.
army's starting to arrive.
A cultural wonder
Slowly but
that makes
surely.
me want to pull out my toy blocks and
Hello.
go crazy.
2 boats. Look at that. Double veterancy. Let's keep building boats. And pound all of our money into it as well. Oh, they haven't taken this island. That's going to be a great board settle for us. We'll grab those 2 territories. Let's explore the seas a little bit. Just check if we can get through, what it looks like. You know the drill. We are running out of turns. So this is a blitz game, and it will end at 75 turns this time because I have all of the victory conditions on, including pollution, I think. Although I can't see it showing up, and that makes me suspicious. You want a train station? Go on. But it's not taking us anywhere. It's the only one. I don't care.
Creative, imaginative, and ingenious. Its
Welcome to the
culture's
final era. The first and
diversity of
only time you'll
languages,
probably see me
traditions, and
play the
resources.
Indians in
The perfect
Humankind
recipe
games
for growth
contemporary era.
and
I don't
change.
especially rate them. Although we have played them once, way back when we did an aesthete stream, I think. Right. Get your booty back over there, you dingus. Come on. Move. We're trespassing a little bit here, and we've also got upgrades. Very awkward. I think I can just make it back in time to upgrade some of these units. Cool line. Oh my god, what was that? Oh. Okay, so I just panicked because I looked at this combat strength, saw it was 31, and thought I'd made a big mistake, but it's just because we're in the sea. Boom. Oh, kia ora, Pete. Thank you so much for a super chat. I've got a city waiting for you. Where is it? Actually, no, let's give you this one. This is the nicer one. Pete with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. First one of the stream says, what would you say Civ 6 does better than Humankind? There are definitely many things. I haven't thought about that in a little while. I haven't done a comparison video on them in a little while. I'm a bit rusty. The first thing that comes to mind, but I don't quite know how to quantify it, is the trouble. Something about the Civ 6 early game is incredibly addictive for me. Like, I could just play the first hour over and over and not even bother about the rest of the game. But I can't quantify that to give you a reasonable answer. I think that Humankind's cultural system is really neat, but the lack of historical leaders is an obvious win for Civ 6, right? Like, if you're playing a 4X history game, there's a good chance that you're gonna want to see some historical figures in there. And obviously it's hands down, Civ 6 wipes the floor on that regard. Absolutely. And I am a sucker for, you know, picking like Queen Vic or Elizabeth I or a bloody Theodora or whatever. I like that because I like the history. And Humankind will just never quite be able to beat that.
How you doing, friend?
Hey, Hoff! I figured you might be at work, but welcome in. We've had a really great run through. We've been playing on Blitz mode so that I could make sure that I could show off all of the changes in, you know, a sort of reasonable-ish amount of time. I'm really impressed with the flavor elements that you've included. I'm very impressed with the with the musical references. They are great. They are great. And overall, the balance seems really good. And that sentiment's been echoed a few times in chat, too. Yeah. Yeah. Do we have enough time to upgrade? Yeah, we do. Of course we do. Come on. Send over all of the line infantry. And we're playing as India in the contemporary era. Us. We're playing as Nigeria. Ah! I keep saying that wrong. We're playing as Nigeria. Which means that we should probably try and hook up some oil or something. But we don't have it unlocked. Terrible choice. Who was that, Bruno? I blame you. Animals will run away? Oh yeah, I have a lot of fun laughing at moving the people and animals around. It's great, isn't it? It's the little details. It's the little details. Run, you little man. Go on. Cross. It's a shame you can't zoom in further, because this is probably quite hard to see on stream. But we sent him home. I need to try and capture some of this just to get the territory almost. Jump across there, 3 turns. Okay, timer is ticking. There's probably no need to invest in much here, so I'll just queue up infrastructure where we're not already doing whatever. Upgrade them. We need to declare water move in. We have to do it soon, but I think we've got maybe 2 more turns. So let's just sit awkwardly right outside the city, stare at it. Catch you later. Oh, thanks for stopping by and saying hello, Hoff. You're awesome. And well done. Honestly, job well done. I can't even quantify the effort that would have gone into it and the thought as well. It's not just a slapstick change. Really cool. First 75 turns Civ 6 are magical. Also prefer Civ 6 really celebrates the completion of wonders with narration. Oh, yeah, yeah. There are lots of little flavor elements like that won't jump immediately to my mind, but you're right. I love those wonder animations. The camera comes right down up to it. It's golden hour. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. What are you doing out in the open waters? Get out of here. This is my turf. Stupid. Pete, you still pumping out boats? Yeah. Don't think I want to use Land Razor. Let's give you some resources without enough influence. And get you up there. Yeah. Do you want to quarantine or just nah? Well, just nah. Ah, look, pollution starting to tick through now. The Nigerians, it's me. I'm the polluter. There's some uranium. Did we get lucky? We must. We have like half the world. 1, 2. It sucks that I can't improve that wheel. It's a terrible synergy with the Nigerians. Okay. What have we got queued up? Propeller? No. Straight to the oil refinery. We're gonna be able to build like 1.
How you doing, friend?
Sign a military treaty. What? No. How you doing, friend?
Even for
Placate a
you,
little
this
bit.
is-
Please don't hit me. I'm not ready. One more boat into the mix. Armies basically as far as they can move now. Although I could align myself a bit better with the capital, I guess. And it looks to me like it might be up a bit further this way. Nah. Stuff that. Oh, stuff that. We don't actually have any real boats.
Rail links
So
between cities. Amazing.
run
But there
away.
are no more excuses for being late to work, sadly.
I mean, we do, but they're stuck around the other side of the world, right? So, not great. What's this?
Sink the enemy!
Hello, barbarians. Meet my man of war. I think these horses sitting on these boats are probably not going to have much of a chance against the man of war. Pretty safe bet. They're just going to line up nicely for me as well. I don't have to turn away from my port starboard left side bow. Ooh, juicy territory. Hello. Just infrastructure. Yeah. This place is huge. It's starving. It's got a military school. Just in case. Is it time to declare war? Turn 69. Seems fitting. I'll go to 70. I need a drink. Lucky it's right beside me. That ought to keep this place busy for a bit. Lockdown. Oh man.
Your international crisis demand has failed. Looks
A
like
new wonder can be
diplomacy wasn't
claimed.
the
We could
answer
use
for
that to
you
use
this
some of
time.
our last production if we're not making military units, but I don't think that'll be needed. What have you got? Oh, let's move on that right now. We can take that. Alright, time for a surprise war. Turn 70, 5 turns left.
Skin crawl.
4 grievances. And a demand. It's under the International Congress. Wait, what? Surprise! It's a war! And then I'm going to do my trademark. Send them some money to mess with their head. Even though they're an AI and don't have a head. Okay, this is a big win because these are melee units put out at sea. Bit of yikes. They're all running away. I mean, as they would. That's the right move.
What is it?
Grant freedom. Pete wants freedom. Don't you rebel against me in the last few turns. If you... I will be mad. Salt will flow. Not spice. Salt. Let's move in. Smash a dye manufactory out. Grease the wheels a bit. Hey, don't you know it's nice to be in this empire? Religion is useless. Everyone gets mostly the same effects. I don't, actually. No, I quite like it. It's cool. It's cool. There's definitely a first mover advantage to it. Like, I don't think that everyone gets the same effects. I think there are a few clearly good tenants, and a few that are either really circumstantial or just not very good. And it's powerful. Powerful, especially if you're playing like a C game or a really sciencey game. It's good. I also personally like it because it doesn't require a lot of micromanagement. Moving 1,000 apostles around a 500 tile map to try and convert one city to then have someone ruin it is kind of frustrating, I find. So I like the fact that it's somewhat hands-off. And I'm willing to trade off. I'm willing to trade off extra depth and detail for the fact that it is easy to use. Personally. Okay, should we sync some units? I want to do it manually just so I can watch, but it's a bit sadistic because there really isn't any need. Look how tiny these boats are! Aww. Bottoms. Left day. Yeah. Okay, well this looks a bit weirder than what I thought it was going to look like. I'm not going to get there in time. I guess we could take it with the ships. Potentially this knight could ride into battle. Or alternatively, we need to quickly buy some units here and get them across the sea. Maybe I just fight it with boats. Yeah. Maybe. Because none of these have very good movement. I mean, you've got 6, but we've already got one of you nearby. Yeah. We're just gonna mass produce this navy. I'm gonna put the city on builder mode as well. We're finally cranking out the big guns. Pound out 4 turns worth of boats. Sail over to your mates. We've got 8 of them there, plus a melee unit. It's a horse, but it should be okay. He says nervously. Hucky boy, you're done. Thanks for giving us all those forests that we chopped down at the start. That was super fun. I don't think we have time for another wonder, so I'll put that to one side. Sure. Oh, we might just make it to this bottom part. Good stuff. I love it when a plan comes together, even if it's haphazard and just in time. Oh. Our man-of-wars have been upgraded to ironclads, immune to suppression, much higher combat strength when in coastal waters. Okay. Oh, I love the military boats from this era. They're so cool. What a time. You know what? I've changed my mind. I'm gonna be a pirate. Take me back in time. I'll be a pirate. I'll eat no vegetables. Die of gangrene, but I might have got to sail alongside a ship like this, so that's cool. Alright, anyway, enough crap talking. Let's see what we can do. They reckon it's evenly matched. Let's find out. Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? That's the feeling of deep, deep loss. Anyone else? Huh? You wanna go? I'll give it you. Let's just sail this horse up. Oh, okay, the redeploy. The units that got away, as it were. Bye. See ya. You know what? Auto fire. Oh, the Navy! More units are coming. I can see why we were weaker overall. They've got the disembark units over that side. These ones can't quite make it into the realm of the battle. It's actually going to be kind of close. Next turn we'll be able to reinforce though. So let's turn auto off. Let those gunners sink a ship. No! And then whomp them next turn. Just keep those guys busy. Two more boats arrive. Two more off the chopping block. Didn't upgrade them though. Bit of an oversight. Let's take aim at these guys.
Surprise! I can't shoot you. Do it automatically.
That's quite the range. This ship just shot through 3 of mine and hit that horse. This guy deserves a medal. Did you see that? These perfectly aligned ships. And it shot... Wow. That's outstanding. I'm being facetious. Although it did look kind of funny. Maybe they should have it so the ships don't all just like look exactly this. It might be harder to see. I was thinking like maybe they should have them on different orientations. So like one's like sort of a bit under the water and you know one's floating a bit higher. But I suppose it's just too hard and not worthwhile. It does look a bit weird when they're just like carbon copied though. Although they look great, to be fair.
Blood and death.
What do you want?
So little gain.
This looks not like something I'm interested in. I will destroy you. We're really cutting it fine though. Holy cow. Military units have arrived. Melee units, that is, have arrived into this battle. And so next turn they'll be able to redeploy. Moving through to the second last turn of the game. And our gunners, who have conquered the world and everybody in their path, we've had them basically since the start of the game, have finally made it onto this shore to provide a bit of cover fire. They're now going to cross over behind enemy lines. This is good, because once we can get out of the water, like this sucks, but once we're in behind these walls, we'll be able to get a bit more visibility. There's a cannon. I'm going to kill that. I don't know if the AI would have. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. But I think we're being bombarded by it, so clear it out. Your sacrifice is not in vain. Really, you can't shoot there? We can shoot through 3 boats, but okay. Okay, the reroll thing is true. You need that DLC. Ah, good to note. Good to note. Okay, I think we've taken the city on the very last turn. I am in the lead with Fame, so we would still win the Fame victory at fairly solid standings by 2 of the other players. Congratulations, I think Tink can hold. No. Pete. Get a little bit of oil down. Go Nigeria. Best pick of the game. And I think we can bring this to a conclusion. Oh wait, hold on. My cities are like, wait, we need oil.
I would characterize the level of pollution
Okay,
as low.
welcome, and thank you
But
so
that's not
much
the
for
same
joining me today,
as healthy.
everybody, in what has been a really fun modded playthrough of Humankind. A reminder, it is linked below. Take you to mod.io, you can subscribe, very easy. Let's finish this. The anticlimax when I don't. Because I just keep pounding units in. We'll see. We've definitely got an overwhelming show of force here now. You can see it's running through 6 rounds up the top here. 6 turns, 3 rounds a turn, 18 total. They've still got some units. It must just be gunners hiding out here. Yeah, it is. But it doesn't matter. The siege was a success. We completely booted them out of the city. And with that,
How you doing, friend?
unfortunately, I can't force the surrender. I would have to wait until next turn. Oof. Shall I just take a prize before the game ends? I might just take a prize, considering the game is about to end. 3,000 bucks? Nah. We'll just end eternally at war. And boom! There we have it. Humankind. Redux.
For it is yours.
We're all 60 cultures, turned upside down by Hofmeister. Honestly, very cool. I didn't play around with the festival ones at all, celebrations or whatever, because I still I'm not interested in them. But I noticed that there were a lot of them reoccurring through the eras. Makes me think that you've probably designed that on purpose. And there's probably some synergy there. So that could be another completely different way to approach this. Obviously, we went sort of a science faith game, actually, is what it turned out to be. We leveraged our science for faith, we leveraged our faith for science, using our religion, and hey, thanks for the follow, Epic Muffins. And it all came together, and it came together really well. First place, congratulations, Pete in second, and the creator of the mod, Hoff, in third. We can skip that, you know who we played. One of these are interesting. Military? Wow. We were quite far behind there. Hoff started really militarizing. Yeah, we were weak. Interesting. I think research, we must have smashed it. Yeah, and that was our real strength too. We were like, keeping up, and then woo, sort of widen that gap a bit. Money? We were ludicrously wealthy. This looks like the this looks like the Federal Reserve money printing sheet. Just up and to the right. Science, yep. Influence, kind of average. Population, somehow we got really big. I think that was because we were using things like Angkor Wat and our faith, maybe, to try and leverage it. Religion, you can see everyone just sort of jumping on board with what we had to offer, or fading out into nothingness. Alright, that'll do me. We are, what, 3.5 hours in, roughly? Yeah. Thanks so much. Again, a huge shout out to AM Hofmeister, not just a long-time friend and moderator of the channel, but also, as it turns out, incredibly talented Humankind modder. Thanks to, I think we had a super chat today from Pete. Thanks, Pete, for your super chat. Also for the coffee shout out that I gave earlier. And we had a couple of Twitch subscribers early on too, who I don't want to forget. It was 3 hours ago, but I remember you. We had Devilish and Huck renewing their YouTube membership, and we had Minecraft over, and Midas, no, not Midas, Aquila Rex, who subscribed or gifted a Twitch subscription to someone else. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.